here, there's a song that's gotta be unsung. Way out here, there's a wrong that's gotta be undone. Spend my time getting wicked till I choke. Gotta spend my youth on something before I go broke. There's a heart as hard as rock. Way out here, there's a kid that just needs to talk. Spend my time getting wicked till I choke. Gotta spend my youth on something before I go broke.
Save me from myself in a wicked generation. Gotta save me from myself in a wicked generation. Can I save me from myself in a wicked generation? Gotta save me from myself in a wicked generation. In a wicked generation. In a wicked generation. In a wicked generation. In a wicked generation.
down your nest and come and follow. Share the news of the gospel, yeah. And I wanna run away. I wanna run away with you. So tell me why. So can you tell me why I can't fail? That rooster crowed right to my soul, and I can't feel it. I can't feel it. I can't feel it, baby. Yeah, tell me. So can you tell me why I can't feel? Once, twice, thrice. Hey, tell me! You said! You said! You said! Yeah! No, no, no! No! I'm ashamed, and well, I'm to blame. Lord, and I wanna run away. I wanna run away with you. So tell me why. So can you tell me why I can't fail? That rooster crowed right to my soul, and I can't feel it. I can't feel it. I can't feel it, baby. Yeah, tell me. So can you tell me why I can't feel? Once, twice, thrice. Hey, tell me. You said. You said. You said. Yeah. Way out here, there's a song that's gotta be unsung. Way out here, there's a wrong that's gotta be undone. Spend my time getting wicked till I choke. Gotta spend my youth on something before I go broke.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to After Hours Off the Air, home of the talk show where streamers come together to talk about streaming and gaming in general. Welcome back, everybody, for Season 2. And there's a reason why we're calling it Season 2, and we'll get into it in just a moment. But yes, we have returning panel members, Dorian, who was on the very episode 4 of the first season. We got iGames that was on episode 7, and JLess from episode 9. Thanks for coming on in, all you guys. I'm so excited. This has been like when I first came back. Everybody was wanting to know when we was going to do this again, and I made this my top priority. But I'm so happy to be here again with you guys. Um, so, some things change, some things don't. Dorian, how you been? We need to tell everybody what you been up to, man. We haven't been around in what, October? So,
I
what you been streaming? Is there anything coming out that you're looking forward to playing? You know, the whole deal.
Well, first off, thank you, Solfus, for having us back. Season 2 of the After Hours podcast. We missed it. I believe the last one we had was in September. Last September we had our show, so I really missed it. It was something that, particularly me, part of the norm. The schedule of like once a month we'll have our little talk show, and all of us great casters can discuss about a variety of different topics. So thank you for having us back. Yes, many of you guys see Tree is back. I had to. It's part of the podcast.
Tradition. It's tradition.
Tradition. Yes, it's part of it. It's part of the environment. It's all good. Trees back, mountains, clouds, all that good stuff. But I've been doing well. Thank you. Thank you for asking. So, games that I'm looking forward to this year, I can only list really 2 at this moment, and I guess you consider 2 AAA titles. One would be Uncharted 4 on PlayStation 4. Really enjoyed Nathan Drake's adventures from Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. And of course, Dark Souls 3, man. We went through all the Souls games, Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2, the Bloodborns. I remember iGames was lobbying, like, please get Blood. You're going to love it. Yeah. And we went beat them all. A lot of rip. Lots of deaths.
Lots of salt.
Yeah. We had those moments, but so that was good. And for stream wise though, it's been going great. I'm just so fortunate and blessed to have an amazing community on my stream, but the community as all of us are here right now, that we all interconnect, we all network with each other. So when JLess and yourself, Solfus, and iGames, and the amount of support from everyone that comes into my stream, your guys' streams, seeing all the familiar faces, you go into the stream and bam, welcome, to whoever it might be, and just greetings. It's always warm felt. It doesn't feel like you're lonely at all. You're not the odd person out. You go in and you're immediately welcomed by either the streamer themselves or a moderator or a subscriber or a follower, whoever it might be. It's really awesome.
For sure.
And it just, I think this shows like how all of us here for the vodcast. I see many great people from all our streams coming on in. So thank you guys. Thank you for spending your time here tonight with us. Your Sunday, even though we lost that hour, but we're gonna have more sunny days ahead. So, and more streams and all that good stuff. So, but thank you. I'm doing well, and the games streaming is great, and that's all for me.
Very good. Again, Dorian has become my right-hand man on these things. Lean on him a lot for ideas and stuff that we want to do on the show. So Dorian, thanks. Is my thanks to you for being there. For me personally, so I definitely appreciate it. We got iGames that was on episode 7. That was a funny episode actually. I actually went during the off time. I watched a lot of those things. A lot of the old episodes, but iGames, how you been? Tell everybody what you've been up to, what you're streaming, the whole shebang.
Again, thanks for having me on here. I'm doing okay. Just a lot of stuff happened previously, as you guys know, family stuff. But I'm doing better now. And right now, the main thing I am streaming is The Division. I was really hyped for this game. I waited 3 years for this game to come out. Well, almost 3 years. And, I'm finally happy it's out. And, just playing that mainly. I'm excited to play Dark Souls 3, which comes out next month. So I'm going to be playing that as well. And some Uncharted 4.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm just ready to get back into the whole grind and work towards my goal of hopefully achieving that partnership, and that's mainly about it.
That grind. We have talked about that several different
Partnership
episodes.
grind. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Well, it's good to have you, iGames, to come back on and maybe um, have you back more often. I think you kind of hinted to something in the DM at
Yeah,
one
I said
time.
if you anytime you need a spot, I'm more than
Yeah.
welcome to fill
So
it if
iGames could be a regular fixture. Yeah. Yeah. If he's up to it, if he's up to
Yeah,
it.
Be
yeah,
awesome.
I'm up for it.
Not to put you on the spot, but but I wouldn't have said it if you didn't send me that DM. So don't worry. So yeah, we'll be hopefully be seeing more iGames, uh, in future shows. And Jimmy, JLess,
How you doing?
Ray de Sal, Aki. How you doing, JLess? How you been,
Good,
man?
my man, doing good. Thank you guys for having me, man. Good to
Pleasure to
good
have
to
you,
be
Jim.
back. I haven't done a podcast so long, so I'm a little rusty. But other than that, thank you so much for having me back, Sophus. I appreciate it, guys. If you're not already checked, go check out all these great casters. Seriously, awesome dudes. All different personalities. Doran stream's always very chill in there. Also in Sophus, iGames, he keeps it active. He's a really fun personality. You guys should definitely check him out. And once again, I'm very sorry to hear what happened, iGames. And honestly, dude, you're inspiring people just by showing your positivity, man. By keep going, dude. Like seriously, because
For sure.
shit that you're going through, like with life in general, and you're still streaming, dude, it goes to show that you're a strong person, man. So keep it up, dude. You're doing a good job, man.
Thanks.
Seriously. And then also with like the whole partnership thing, I'm pretty sure you've heard it all before, man. Just keep pushing, dude. I got declined 20 times before I got accepted. So, I'm all about that grind. I know exactly where you're coming from, dude. But
Yeah.
other than that, man, I'm good. Honestly, I feel a lot better about myself. I've been working out a lot. Don't want to brag. I'm just kidding.
Good to hear, man.
No, seriously. I've recently gone back to the gym for about like a month and a half or so now.
Very good.
So I've been feeling a lot better about myself, and also keeping busy. I have my own stream team going on, Team Premium. I see some of the members in here, so shout out to them as well. But yeah, just trying to stay as busy as possible. Looking forward to a lot of games. I'm overwhelmed with games, man, because I got Nintendo, and now I play a lot more PlayStation as well. I'm more variety now. Like before, it was just strictly Nintendo. Now I'm like branching out to different stuff, and I'm having a lot of more fun though. But yeah. Other than that, man, I'm excited to do this podcast. Hopefully, everybody in the chat, thank you guys for being here. You guys are freaking awesome. Appreciate the love.
For sure. Is there a game that stands out? You said there was a lot of games that's coming out. Is there a game that stands out? You're like, I'm getting it.
Well, I did have a chance to play the Uncharted beta, and I haven't played a competitive game in a while. Like aside from Splatoon, Splatoon's fun and stuff, but I couldn't take it as that serious because it had imperfections. But I guess not every game has its imperfection. But I guess
Sure.
I just kind of took it as kind of like I'll have fun with it. I'll still be competitive, but I did really like Uncharted. I was having a lot of fun with that, and yeah. And I guess we do have Pokken tournament coming out this weekend. We have another Paper Mario that's got announced. We have Zelda Wii U that's coming out towards the end of the year. So that's very exciting. There's a lot of games. Honestly, it's overwhelming. I know there's the Friday the 13th game. I think that's one of the greatest games to play on Twitch. I'm gonna predict that right now with a group of friends. I
That
think it's
game
gonna be
looks pretty dope, dude. I've seen
it's
this.
gonna be a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, other than that,
It's
man,
crowdfunded too, right?
it's crowdfunded. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got the original people to do it from the movies and all that stuff. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that game looks pretty dope. I was reading some stuff on it the other day when I was just pilping around. So yes. To expand, I'll take a second there and kind of say something before I get into what I have been doing. The other day, iGames and I was in your stream, and your family came on, dude, and expressed their appreciation to the chat for everybody, you know, helping and being there for support. I found that a very touching thing. Even though I was kind of cracking little funnies, calling everybody "I brother" and "I mama," but
they laughed at that too.
but on a personal level, like that's just my personality, dude. I always try to throw humor in any situation. But that was a really you know, they didn't have to do that, and I felt like that was a very touching moment. And if anybody got anything from that, I appreciate the fact that they did that. So, you know, if you wanna pass that around, or you know, if anybody was in that stream and saw that, I thought that was a very cool moment that happened amongst everything else. Like JLess said, everything that you've been going through. I just wanted to say that. So yes, myself, I've been kind of it's September. You said September, Dorian?
Yeah, it was back in September.
Yeah. So I took a break from Twitch for a little bit. I didn't even watch any streams. You know, sometimes you have to take a step back and kind of view everything. So this is all I did. There was nothing wrong, personally. I just took a step back. I was doing some other things that I wanted to get done. Focus on work, and because I had stepped into a new job, and stepping into a new job plus, you know, really burning the candle at both ends is what I was doing.
Yeah, you're overwhelming yourself.
Yeah, I really was. And then I made the announcement, The Awakening. I came back.
The Awakening.
And now, see, I was trying my best to stick to like a schedule. I'm going to stream on these days, these times, blah, blah, blah. And that's, you know, I was wanting more like, well, a schedule. That's what it was. But it was kind of overbearing for me to stick to that. So now I'm kind of back to the way I was around work. I just kind of stream when I can. And I announce a few hours before I start streaming or whatever. So that's kind of where I've been.
Sorry, guys.
No, you're good. That's kind of that's kind of where I'm at again. So you know, I'm okay. With that, I wanted more structure, but it was killing me. So now I'm just kind of, you know, I'll just get on Twitter and be like, hey, I'm about to stream. And which for me, it's always been, you know, just having fun and talking to you guys.
Yeah.
So, you know, if I was able to do like a more thing where I could stream more often, trust me, I would. But I'm just not going to burn myself out again. And then getting this show back on the air was like a top priority.
Right.
And here we are. We're back.
We're here.
We are back.
For season 2.
Yes, sir.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
All right.
That's awesome though, man. Honestly, seriously, sometimes you do need to take a step back. You can get overwhelm yourself, and you know, as long as you came back a little bit more focused as to what you really want to do and stuff.
You know, and it was, you know, we've talked about this before, and it's all about you stream for what streaming is about, not because it's like a task that you have to do.
If it starts to become more like a job, then it's just like, yeah, what the fuck am I doing this for? You know, like no, that's not the reason. You got to always go back to the roots as to why you started streaming. That's to have fun, you know.
Exactly.
And, yeah.
And we've talked about it. You know, if a streamer is streaming because they have to stream or they feel the need to stream,
I've seen those people.
and they're not really having fun. Then why would you hang out in their chat? You know what I mean? Like if I was just
those people that force themselves to play games that they don't want to play, you can genuinely see in their face they really don't want to play. And they're forcing themselves.
Yeah, and it's one thing to step out of the box and try a game, but you know, if somebody's streaming a game for like 8 hours that they don't like, then what are you doing? What are you doing? You know. So back to having fun. You know, last night I streamed for like 8 hours, you know, and people was popping in and out. But I was just having fun, dude. You know, it was all about playing the game and having fun and talking to people in the chats. So, you know, whereas before I haven't done a stream that long in forever. just because I'm just like, okay, I'm done, But last night I had to make myself stop. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a good thing. I think you too, Dorian. You was up for a late while, huh?
I was. I was having a blast in Mario Kart, playing that. And then this game, guys, I'm gonna just say it now, but that American Truck Simulator, when you're going from California to Nevada, going on the interstates and the side roads, and you're taking your cargo and seeing people flip their trucks. It's one hell of an experience, man. Like,
Wait,
it's a truck simulator.
God.
It's
Quick question.
relaxing.
Do you have the steering wheel with that or no?
I unfortunately don't have a steering wheel.
I've
That
heard
might
that
be
it's a
something down the
different
road.
experience with
Oh,
the steering wheel.
I imagine.
wow.
I'm using
Yeah.
keyboard and mouse plus
Uh-huh.
my controller, and if I had a steering wheel, and I would like mount the camera on the wall and
Put on the trucker hat, just go full
Oh,
on.
I was about to
and
say you
then
gotta get one of
somehow-
those cheap hats,
and
dude.
then somehow have like something to actuate the horn and go
Yeah.
like this, which is more like I guess train thing, but regardless, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
The best part is when you have your subscribers request some tunes and you're just enjoying the open road and seeing these tumbleweeds go by and just it's I personally like driving in general, so
Yeah.
knowing how to just seeing how people play that game online where people just do stupid things like go through a red light and changing lanes in the middle of an intersection and just like crashing into people. It's weird. It's weird. And Avenger Hype and Cruciak and a few others, Lady Rambo, they've seen a lot of that stuff that goes on, and it's like, man, these people need to get their head examined. So, but yeah, we did it. We had a long stream last night, and I was a lot of fun. And like you were saying, taking a break is good. Like I took a day break earlier this week. I was getting pissed off. I'll use the word. I was getting pissed off at Resident Evil 6 because
Are you pissed off?
Yeah, he was.
I
He was.
was.
He was.
I was pissed off because the game wasn't. The game failed to really tell me how the controls and everything worked. And long story short, there's these 3 keys that you have to find. I found 2 of them within the first 5 minutes. Then we spent like maybe 15, 20 minutes looking for the 3rd key. Someone in the chat provided a small hint saying look for a ladder. I'm like, okay, we'll look for a ladder. Then press L1, which is on the PS4 controller, and it tells you exactly how to go there. And I just felt like, oh my goodness. Like, I know the viewer's perspective was like, man, and Big T was a big he was a big help and supportive, and I do appreciate that, T. But what happened was the game just told me by pressing L1, and I just got it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just done. I felt genuinely disappointed and just frustrated to the fact, and I honestly felt kind of dumb. But I know the viewer's perspective is like it's building tension, suspense, and like, yes, you got the win, you finally got it. But after just taking a day break and we went back to Resident Evil 6 on Friday, we had co-op because that's the game is supposed to be. It's all about co-op, and we had a retro play with us. That was a whole different perspective. But yeah, no, it was good. It was really good. And yeah, like you were saying, Solfus, it is good to take a step back. And what you're saying, Jimmy, and iGames, to just refocus. And I always remember streaming for what it is for me. It's about having fun and meeting new people, because when you go from one game to another game, you're entering a whole different community. So going from American Truck Sim, or going from Mario Kart, which is, I guess you can say it's lighthearted, fun, kind of gets salty when the red shells and blue shells and all that stuff happen. Funny, and then you go to something very relaxing. Oh, it's the communities are awesome, and the people that decide to stay too. No matter what game, it's great. So
Yeah.
And it's weird how that works as well. As like how you're explaining how like different communities for different games. Like when I play Mario Kart, we kind of have this random topics we talk about.
Yep.
When I stream it, like it's just random stuff, and you wouldn't think like we would be able to do that because we're playing a racing game, but no, actually you have a lot of downtime where you're playing Mario Kart. You get to talk about random stuff as you're racing, rather than if I was playing Splatoon or something, it would be more about us talking about Splatoon more. And then if I was playing a single player, I would have more random topics as well. But at the same time, I'm still trying, like, entertaining people, as, getting people involved into the story as well, as, so that way we can all kind of like work together. And we had a moment this, I think it was like 2 days ago. I was playing Twilight Princess, and I was struggling so hard to figure out this puzzle.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
I had a Dorian moment, I guess is the best way to put it down. I had a Dorian moment. I was like, I'm not going to look at chat because I know there's always going to be someone to call me a potato or call me something to like just put me down. I'm like, I'm just going to focus on this puzzle. I finally got it done, man. Oh, dude, it felt so good.
Okay, awesome.
It felt so good. I'm like, yes, I can go now. Like, I'm done.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I know, but I get your frustrations, man. It's so weird to hear the fact that everybody's human. Don't get me wrong. It's just it's weird to see that you would get mad, Dorian, because you, out of all people, I know keeps your composure through like the toughest games. Like obviously Dark Souls is one, and the other one is Mario Maker. Like I
Yeah,
myself,
that one.
I can't, dude.
Oh, but
can't.
Mario World spin jump spikes. No.
Yeah.
you didn't see JLess. You didn't see Dorian get hypnotized by Mario Maker.
Oh, okay. Long story short, NES. It was the theme was the NES, and there's treadmills on the ground. You have to run on the treadmills, and it's going the opposite direction of Mario, so you're running really slow. And the game, the objective is to jump over spikes that go from 1 spike, 2 spike, 3 spike, 4 back down, and you just keep doing that. And that was just hypnotizing because you see the spikes flash, they continue to flash, and also the treadmills. And because of the old graphics, it kind of hypnotized me. And where I get so close to the end twice, and I would just choke. I'm like, what happened? And then, oh gosh, I'm not feeling too good. I did beat it on stream, but man, some levels in that game, like that one,
Yeah.
I just felt genuinely like, ooh, did I
JLess,
eat something bad or what's going on?
Dorian legit had to take a break when he was done with that. Like he had to walk away. Like it was really messing with him, dude.
Oh man, I was so determined this week because recently on Tuesday we had Super Expert got released. So
oh god.
tried that.
So
I've not tried
I
that.
failed 2 runs in a row, but I was so determined to beat a run. I was like, no, I'm not getting up. I need to go back in there, and I need to beat a run, or else it's gonna like kill me. And so I went into the third time. We ended up beating the run, but some of those levels are just ridiculous, man. Like some of them are really creative and they're hard and stuff, and I understand like those are good. But there's some that are just like, what is going on? Like, just spam random enemies at you for no reason. It's just like there's no creativity, and it's just like it didn't make sense.
Let's just throw everything in this painting. We're gonna throw this color. We're gonna put sparkles here. And, like it's crazy what people make in Super Mario Maker. I haven't tried Super Expert, but I remember some
full on Bob Ross on you on the
yeah.
Mario.
They you spawn to death instantly. It's like, what just happened? So
fun.
you press and hold the skip button just to kind of analyze. You're not trying to skip. You're like, okay, that thing's gonna follow me. Hope that doesn't follow me too. Okay, we got the plan. We can jump this way. Oh, where the heck did that come from? It's just all right. Yeah, no, that Super Mario Maker, as you coined the term, the salt maker, super salt maker. It definitely, if you need some extra salts, hey, that game, it's for you.
For you, yes.
Any kind of salt you need, man. The sea salt, the pink salt, the whatever, man. It's all there. Whatever flavor. Whatever flavor. It's all there. So I failed to mention when I was talking about what I was doing. I'm waiting, and I said it before the show, and I'll say it again. I'm waiting for No Man's Sky to come out. If you guys and gals hasn't seen anything about this, you should check it out. It's an open universe. It's not open world. It's open universe game. So it should be interesting.
I feel I haven't had a chance to play a game like that, only because I just feel only for me, it's just really, really casual. And I don't know if that would be good for my audience, only because they're not used to seeing something like that. But maybe at the same time, it might be good because it is different. I don't know. I'm really interested though. It does look.
It's a nice. From what I've seen, it would be like in terms of stream, it would be a nice chill type of game. to hang out. Maybe you're tired, but you want to stream, something like this. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm gonna stream it every freaking day when I get
And
it.
and
I
it
hope
does
it's
look
good.
it
The
does
the
look
thing
like
I heard about No Man's Sky though was that like it's an infinite universe, so
Yep.
everybody's game is completely different.
Yep.
Nobody's gonna have the same game, same
Oh.
experience.
Well,
So it's completely different from what I heard. That's what
it's
they were saying and stuff, right?
it's multiplayer. You can run across somebody else, but there's no real multiplayer aspects. I guess you could kind of run around together if you wanted to. But like when you spawn and you make your character, everybody spawns on a different planet. Like there's no like central hub where everybody just
Okay, I
comes
got
to
you.
be. You just go and expand. And they said that, running across another actual real player will be kind of rare.
Mm.
So it's more of it's technically a multiplayer game, but it's more of a single player exploration type, you know, game to take on.
Okay.
Which I find interesting.
I'm
Just-
currently just looking at some gifs here of No Man's Sky, and going from space and landing on a planet and seeing the vegetation, and I guess you can call them animals, the wildlife.
Yep.
All different.
Yeah,
and
visually the game
it's-
looks beautiful.
it's-
I'm not gonna lie, it looks really nice. It's something different. Yeah, it looks like something I would try out. Like if the game once the game first releases, I think I will try it out because I get a lot of people telling me to play Minecraft or play like Ark and stuff like that, but I feel like it's already too late for me to play.
Yeah.
It. I'm just like
well,
people are gonna expect me to know what to do already.
Yeah.
If I were to stream something like that.
yeah, it's true.
Rather, if when that game drops, everybody's gonna be on the same page as everyone's
Right.
trying to figure out what to do, what you need to do, and stuff like that. So I think it's a strong possibility that I am probably gonna pick it up because it does look visually it looks really nice, and I think it's gonna be a great game.
Well, think about it like this, dude. Like if you go and discover a new planet and you're walking around and discover a new animal that nobody's seen before, you get to name it.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
so you can have little Kobe's or little potatoes,
Kobe's, yes.
like,
Potatoes.
and it'll like when somebody else rolls against it, it'll be like, oh, that's a potato, and it was founded by JLess. Like it'll tell you. It'll
Wow.
tell other people in the game. So I think it's cool, man. Like I think it's a very large scope game that nobody's done before, in a sense of what it's trying to do. I'm good with it. It's almost like a new genre. I'm excited. I don't know what you would call it, but I'm good. I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with that too because I don't really know much about that game, but it's breaking the mold of what games are. Like a lot of these games are kind of, well, we're seeing a lot of remasters and sometimes I hope, cross my fingers, Resident Evil 2 remake, it's going to be good. We're definitely gonna be playing that RE2 PS1 classic at some point. But you see a lot of these games aren't really innovating too much. They're not pushing the envelope. And whereas No Man's Sky, it does look like a whole different experience that I know I haven't played that. I don't remember playing that as a kid, growing up. PS1, N64. Of course, the hardware has changed since then, but it does look like something perhaps I would like to dive into. And I just to add on what you're saying, Jimmy, Minecraft, I know iGames, he gifted that to me. I have yet to really find a ground or just the basics of that game. Like I started playing a bit of H1Z1 lately with B-Boy and Dag and Kim and Will, Junkie Monkeys.
Yeah.
And we've had some fun. We've won a couple of games, and before then, I was kind of not sure. But with Minecraft, I'm like,
I
what
feel like
Panic
you
would
really
say-
do have to be really creative to play that game.
Yeah,
that's just
and-
my opinion. But I feel I've been told that you don't need to be. There's
I'm-
other stuff to do, but I feel like to get the full aspect of the game, you have to be a creative person. Because I see, half the stuff that iGames does, and I'm just like, God damn, where do you start?
Yeah,
Well, okay. So the thing about that is like I was just trying to find ways of making the stream more interactive with Minecraft because, like, I
Yeah.
mean, if they just see me going around playing survival and digging and mining and
See,
shit,
that's
it's kind
something
of
that
boring.
I would probably do, and that's something that probably Dorian would do because that's all we know what to do.
Yeah,
that
Rather,
right?
you know, with
and-
you, you know how to
so-
create stuff from scratch.
so-
Like,
no,
I don't know how to
no,
do
I-
that.
like
That's
how do
not-
you make
no,
this
that's the
certain
thing,
mold and
is-
yeah.
I would just have people pick pixel art, and I was like, let's just do pixel art.
That's
I mean,
amazing, dude. Honestly.
So you just put that's the thing is like when you like look for pixel art, you can find pictures on the internet, and it has like block by block aspect, and you just choose the colors and just make it, and then it just comes to life on the stream. So I mean
Yeah.
that's something you could do because I know you're more with like Nintendo, and Nintendo probably has way more pixel art and stuff that you could do.
Right.
So if you actually want to do that, I mean, if you play it on PlayStation, I'll be with there and try to help you out.
Right.
You know,
I think if I were to pick up a Minecraft, I would rather either be on the PC or PlayStation because I know the Wii U version just came out recently.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know how far behind they are with updates, if you know what I mean.
right.
You know, like
Yeah.
I don't know if they're like up to date with like the Xbox and the PS4 version. You know, because obviously the PC
I'm not
version is always
sure.
up to date.
hmm
Yeah, but I'm not 100% sure on that one.
Either way though, right now, what's that tree puncher? I don't want to think I'm punching trees. I'm I'm petting them, man. I'm petting trees.
That's
That's all
it.
I do.
There's a
And
game
I'm like,
called
oh,
Tree Puncher.
Well,
No,
wasn't there-
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there-
When
yeah,
you-
it's like three,
When you first
yeah,
start out and you don't have anything.
Yeah, you're right.
So you're just
Yeah,
you're punching a tree, but I'm not that violent, guys. I'm not punching. I'm just petting. That's all. That's if there's a if there's some type of like award for that, I'll be petting trees. That's yeah.
Dorian loves
Want some-
nature. Look at his background, man. Look at that nature back there.
I know, right?
Beautiful.
You can punch.
Yeah.
You can punch that tree behind you, dude.
do it,
Um,
do it, Dorian.
I like that tree.
another thing that I stumbled across. This is almost like this is a tangent, but I found it cool, and it's a little more detailed. It's in depth, but if anybody out there has that creative spark, there's a thing that IGN released called Lumberyard. Have you guys heard of this?
No, I have not.
Doesn't ring. It's not ringing a bell, Sulfus.
Lumberyard is a open source game engine released by IGN that you can download and just make games. Like it's pretty detailed of like the things that you have to do to create the games. But it's open source. You just download it. It's like software, and it comes with tutorials to tell you how to do anything. You can, create your own land, characters, whatever kind of game you want to create. And with that, it's going to be any type of thing like that is you're going to get out of what you put into it. But if anybody, likes things like that, as far as creativity is concerned, that's definitely a very cool thing to check out. It's very neat. I downloaded it, was messing around with it a little bit, got through the tutorials in a little bit. I haven't started on anything, but I thought it was a cool thing to do. That they just came out, and it originally they was trying to just find an easier way to create a game, and then in the end they were just like, yeah, let's just give this to everybody. So that's basically the way it happened. So I mean, I think it's cool. Now, obviously, there's some pre-installed like artwork and stuff, but you can do your own textures and stuff and import them and whatever. It's sky's the limit to this. I think it's cool. I think it's cool. But yes, all right. So again, thanks everybody being here. Thanks for the panel members being here. Panel members for being here.
Words, English.
English is difficult sometimes. But hopefully we can see JLess in our games again in the future. So speaking of that, we're going to get into a little bit of announcements about the show, and then we'll get on to the topic of conversations. So we're calling it Season 2 for a reason. We are going to have a new format, and the new format goes like this. We're going to do a show every other Sunday. So in 2 weeks, mark it down. We'll be doing this again, 7 p.m. Central. The idea is to have no more than 4 people, just because of the format that we're going to run. But no more than a 4-person panel. We're aiming for like an hour and a half to 2-hour shows versus having a 4-hour show, 5-hour show like we did before. It just becomes more taxing to do a show that's long like that. If we're doing shorter shows, it's easier for people to plan to be on the show. If I go, hey, JLess, we're going to do this thing and I need like 2 hours of your time, you're going to be like, okay, cool, I can do that. Or I could be like, hey, JLess, we're going to do this thing and I need like your whole entire afternoon. It's
Whoa.
yeah, it's more of a kind of, you really have to kind of plan every little aspect of it.
Right.
But if it's more of a short snippets, hour and a half to 2 hours, it's not so taxing for everybody to do. And hopefully also the aim is to get more streamers on here that you guys haven't seen. And to expand this community that we have. And just introduce you guys to new streamers, introduce us to new streamers, introduce everybody to new streamers that we haven't met before. So any and all are welcome. If you are a streamer that's watching and would like to be on, just hit me up on Twitters. And I'm open for any and all streamers to come on the show. It's the more the merrier. 4 at a time though. For each show.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure anything past 4, I think it would be a little bit overwhelming. But I think 4 is like the right number. 3 to 4 is always like pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, like before when we were doing the very long shows, like it was you and Larissa,
Right.
and then myself and Dorian, and I think Craig was on that show. It was 6 people. It was a lot of people, but we also went for like 4.5 hours. So it's terrible when you do a show that's long with that many people, but at the same time, we don't want to have a show that goes on that long. We want you guys to, even if people want to stream before or stream after the show, there's still time that they don't have to be on a stream for 5 hours and then turn around and stream themselves, So that's the plan. So every other Sunday starting today, next episode is slated for B-Boy to be on it. Actually, I've already got that planned
nice.
out.
B-Boy.
B-Boy hype.
And maybe the return of iGames. Yeah. iGames.
iGames.
That face, though. Don't forget.
Maybe.
Hold on. I know I'm interrupting this. This is awesome, but that face that Jamie just did, the first time I saw that, it was in Mario Maker, and everyone's like, hey, do you guys see that discrepancy between that coin and that coin? There should be something in between. And Jamie is like, guys, let me play. Come on. And then, a couple lives later, it's like, hey, what is this? And then everyone in the chat's like, I've been telling you that. And, no, you weren't telling me, chat. But he was like, it was awesome. Continue.
Oh man, I'm just a stubborn man. I want to figure it out myself.
But yeah, well, again, not to put you on the spot, iGames. We've already kind of discussed a little bit about our games being more of a permanent fixture on the show. So yes, shorter shows but more often, and I think it's good for everybody, honestly. In the long run of things. And also there's the idea, it's still in the works. There's still kind of some legwork to do and figuring out all the details. But we want to have, since the shows are going to be shorter, we want to have it in audio form for you guys and gals, like after the show is over. Because yeah, so if you, and it's not going to be, I don't plan to charge or anything like that. I have to find some kind of website to use to be able to upload it and you guys can download it or whatever. But I don't plan on charging or anything like that. It's just for, if somebody watches an old show that's 4 hours long, you have to plan to sit down or watch certain segments of it. But if it's an hour or an hour and a half, you can do that. You can re-listen to the show, like doing whatever, cleaning the house, working out, doing something. And an hour and a half is more of a, time that you can actually deal with, versus the 4 hours. So that's also a thing. I'll probably put the old shows in audio once we get there, just for the sake of having them. But that's the plan. So shorter shows more often, every other Sunday. More intimate setting with we get all lovey-dovey. Not as many panel members, just so the conversations don't get out of hand, and we run over time too much. So that's the plan, guys and gals. I hope that this kind of works. On paper, it sounds great, but we're gonna see how this goes for a while, and we're gonna get as many streamers as we can. If there's somebody that can't make it, we'll do a show with just 3 of us, or whoever's available at the time. But every other Sunday. So 2 weeks from today, and then every other Sunday after that. Look for us to be live. All right.
Just to add, I'll just quickly add that I know a lot of people have been asking in my streams about when is the next After Hours. Please let us know, Dorian. I said, I have no details. I have nothing. Something soon. Hold on. And yeah, I think this format here, it's for scheduling, it's a lot easier because you just say, hey, let's say Jimmy, iGames, B-Boy, Icy Rain, Larissa, just the name, Raw, whoever, just asking them. Or I would love to have newer faces too. Like, that's one of the best parts. Like, people that come to mind that are here, it would be awesome to have Kim, Kira, she's awesome. That B-Boy and JLess introduced, I'm sure it'd be awesome. Will, Junkie Monkeys, have him, chime in. Lots of great people have new faces, and having this new format, it's I guess it's not intimidating, or it doesn't like, oh my goodness, asking for a few hours of your time. This is more a concise and accurate and show, but more on a frequent basis. It'd be awesome.
Yeah. And I hope we can encourage most of you streamers that would like to do this. Honestly, man, this is fun, guys. Like, all you do is we talk about random topics, and we're just ourselves. We're not trying to like press anybody or anything like that. We're just here to hang out and talk to you guys and let you guys know what are our thoughts about some upcoming games, or things going on like the gaming world aside from games, like also consoles coming out and other stuff like that. And catch up with some of the streamers, like like Dorian, iGames, and all that stuff. All the other upcoming streamers that are gonna come on here. But yeah, guys, if you guys do yourself a favor and follow the Twitter at After Hours, if you want to post it in the chat. That way you guys can stay up to date as to who's gonna be on the next podcast, and also who's gonna be the times and stuff, the actual dates and stuff. Like, Twitter is a helpful thing. That's the thing. Awesome. Twitter and Twitch is just that they just go together. Like, you don't even have to have a Twitter account to see people's tweets. You can just go to twitter.com/DorianD, and then you'll see all his tweets.
Yeah.
Bookmark it. Bookmark all our tweets or Twitter accounts.
Yeah.
You always know.
Everybody's Twitter is on the UI, guys. All the personal, it's above me and Dorian. Our personal iGames and JLess below you. The off the air is right in the center. And I personally control the After Hours Twitter, but I try to do like retweets of like when you with Dorian and JLess and iGames and anybody that's ever been on the show goes to stream, like, hey, I'm going live, I'll retweet that. I try to do my best to keep up with that, just to kind of spread that community love. But sure, like JLess said, there's a format to the show, but we really don't stick to it. We just kind of come on and have fun, and come together.
Yeah, exactly.
and chat for a allotted amount of time.
It never feels like a business type of thing.
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
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 Fun, This is something that we enjoy doing, honestly, and it's an honor to be on. And thank you for having me again, Selfus. It's a lot of fun.
No problem, dude. It's always fun, like to get a person that's been on the show that's never been on. It's kind of cool, but then they first get on it, and actually you were kind of most people when they first get on the show they kind of quiet, reserved, don't know what to do. You were yourself, and I was thankful for that.
Yeah.
But somebody coming back is always cool because they know what to expect, and they're kind of more relaxed, and it's always fun. It's always fun.
Yeah, I admit, on my first time being on the show here, guys, I was the shy guy, and
Dorian was nervous,
and I was nervous, but at the same time, it was very welcoming, and being my second, actually, I guess, talk show, because what broke the ice or introduced me was Jimmy, Jimmy and Wiz, so all that, Smileys, them, so.
Yep.
That was a fun show, but yeah, going to my first after hours, I was I wasn't sweating bullets, but I was kind of scared, sort of. But, maybe I'm,
You didn't know
maybe
what
I'm
to
starting,
expect.
maybe I'm starting to get scared right now, thinking of what I was like. But yeah, regardless, it will be great to have new faces on the show, new and returning, and again, like JLess was saying, this is all for fun, and we like to share our topics with you guys, and maybe have you guys chime in and have your own little conversations going on in the chat, and just having 4 of us in one screen. That's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome.
It is bringing everybody together. So if you guys, again, seriously, know anybody, any streamer, would like to suggest any streamer, or a streamer yourself that would like to jump on or at least show interest, just give us a holler. I mean, you can tweet at anybody on the panel that's obviously on the show now, but probably they're going to tell you to talk to me. So
just tag after hours with the streamer or something.
Not to be like forthcoming or whatever, but I'm the one that does all the production, and they're gonna come to me and they're like, hey, so and so.
No. Let's be honest here. It's all Solstice, all right, guys. All Solstice.
The epicenter.
Stop.
Core.
It's not.
Every time you ask,
I love that
like
Solstice.
how they ask you, Dorian, like, what's the next after hours? Go to Solstice.
It's all a group effort at the same time, it does revolve around just making sure that Solstice is good to go, and production, and again, guys, if you don't follow Solstice here, iGames, Jimmy, JLess, be sure to give them follows as well. But yeah, Solstice is the one running the legwork here, running the overlays and the pre-stream and intros and stuff. So definitely show the love to everyone in Solstice here. So, but yeah, I know I get asked that often. I always say, we have something in the books, something coming up, but Solstice, he's the one that puts the icing on the cake, puts the red check mark.
Or the green check mark. I don't know. It depends on which pen I have in my hand. I don't know why I said that. It doesn't matter. I don't know. There's a green Sharpie on my desk. That's why I said that. Anyway, so yes, and also speaking hype for Leader Dog, I didn't mention so far. If you guys don't know, that was the band we were listening to in the pre-stream, and they allow us to use their music, so you can check those guys out on Facebook. Yes, so I think we're good to actually talk about the topic that we were going to talk about on the show, unless anybody else have anything else to go into.
Yeah, actually, I do.
Do it.
Dorian, and I know iGames, he came into my stream and actually mentioned that he was thinking about getting a Wii U, but I want to hear your opinions on this, okay? And this also goes for the chat, even for those of you that are like into Nintendo at all. I know there's some other people here that probably don't even care for Nintendo anymore, but I know Dorian does, and iGames kind of looked into it as well. Do you want the NX to be out this year? Because I really don't.
No, As much as don't get
It's
me
gonna
wrong,
happen. I feel like it's gonna happen.
it I like hardware launches and I get excited for what's like the nitty gritty stuff, but at the end of the day, it's all about the games, right?
Yeah.
Um, I know Raw, he actually mentioned to me, like, you know how when the GameCube was ending and the Nintendo Wii was starting to begin and they had Twilight Princess on the GameCube, then they, ported it over to the Wii. I Raw and I are kind of on the same page thinking what they're trying to do, that they want to release the NX probably this year, but there might be maybe two versions of the next Zelda game, or they'll just say, sorry guys, NX only, and that'll be the launch title. That'll be the one that everyone has to pick up. And for me, the reason why that I wanted to get the Wii U last year, because was the new Zelda game was slated to come out in 2015, and of course Mario Kart Smash, and I didn't know much about Mario Maker at the time, but so those are the two or three games. But yeah, when the Zelda game didn't come out, I was like, oh, bummer. But when was the last time we actually heard an announcement on that Legend of Zelda game? But it's as much as it's cool time to be a gamer, no matter what console or PC or what platform you're on. But oh man, Nintendo, it's
they're far behind right now, and I know that they're trying to catch up with. They're trying to keep up with other consoles like PlayStation and Xbox, right? My only thing was I feel like they wasted their time with Wii. They should have just came out after GameCube. It should have been the Wii U, which is with HDMI. They should add an optical port to it as well, for like headsets and stuff.
Yeah.
They kind of wasted time with Wii. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. I never owned a Wii. Only reason why is because I hated components at that time. That was when we already had PS3 and Xbox 360.
HDMI.
So we were playing with HDMI, so I wasn't playing with TVs at that time. I was playing with monitors already. Yep. So it was just like, come on, like that was a waste of time. You should have just gave us the Wii U, which you probably could have milked it out with all the games that they came out. They came out with some good games on the Wii, and I didn't recently play them until I actually owned a Wii U. I feel like they wasted their time with the Wii. They should have just gave us a Wii U and then the NX, which I'm praying that it doesn't come out till next year, but there's a strong possibility that that's going to come out this year, and it might be like maybe November or December, and I really hope it doesn't, but I feel like it might happen, guys. Like, don't be shocked if that's what they announce at E3, because there's already screenshots of them having that game Unraveled on the NX, and Unraveled just barely came out on the PS4 and Xbox and PC. So that's already kind of showing you that it's gonna come soon, sooner than you think.
For me, it depends. I think, like you said, the Wii was kind of. I think the Wii was a stepping stone. I think they went with obviously the graphics on the Wii are kind of
yeah.
But it was all about the motion controls, and it was a stepping stone. They were trying to see if that could actually work, because Nintendo is famous for doing quote unquote hindsight dumb things. Virtual Boy, Power Glove. But they're willing. I applaud them personally, honestly, for trying stuff like that.
No, they have the balls to even name it the Wii.
Right.
When that first got announced, everybody was just shitting on it. The Wii, there was something out of that. Like, it was just ridiculous. But
at the same time, it depends on how the NX is. Is the NX the next stepping stone, or is it the next real console from Nintendo? You know what I mean? Right. If it's the next real console and it's ready, give it to me. If it's the next stepping stone, It
looks like it's gonna be the next console. It's leaning towards that way, and just articles from everything people have been posting and stuff, and it's looking like the next stepping stone, like, for sure. Like, the upcoming new console that they're giving us, not an updated version of a Wii, which is the Wii U. That's all it really was. They just gave us a gamepad. We still have the motion controls, like
Wii HD.
Exactly. Wii HD is the best way to put it, man. Like, it's just...
Yeah, I hope they don't release it this year, though, too, because, like I said, I don't
care if they release it like 2017 on January of the beginning of 2017. That's fine, but just don't do it. Like, focus on the games that that you guys had just announced for what was it, the Nintendo Direct. They announced the Paper Mario. They announced quite a few other games on the Wii U and 3DS, and I feel like that's where their main focus should be, because they really fucked up a lot. Excuse my language. They really messed up some of their titles that could have been hits for this year, like Mario Party 10, Mario Tennis.
Oh.
These are games that people would love. Like, I've already stated this on my cast. Mario Party, if it had online, would be probably one of the greatest.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
The
Play
greatest
that
games.
drunk would be awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Just having 4 different casters have a drunk stream and just play Mario Party.
I'd be down for that.
That's-
Oh my God. That is.
You know,
That
it's
is-
just, or you guys can have like fun little challenges as well. Like, it's just endless fun, man. And they ruined it. They literally ruined it. They went with something different, and it was just, yeah.
It's
And also Animal Crossing as well. That could be an online game that people would just jump on, like in
Yep.
Animal Crossing Online. We've been waiting for Pokemon Online, like an open world one, but I don't think we're gonna get that anytime soon. Not till
You know
like
what? Though? If they remade GoldenEye from the 64 and
Yeah,
put that on the Wii U,
an HD remake would be ridiculous online.
and,
Yeah.
and yeah, make it online. I guarantee that would sell.
Oh, of course, yeah.
would-
It's yeah, but I don't know. I don't know who's calling the shots over there. That's giving them.
yeah, no, Mario Party, like I when I think of Mario Party, like Vi Beat Fu, gotta love that Vi. He does Mario Party Mondays on his stream. He goes through pretty much all the Mario games or Mario Party games, and just seeing everyone, like, 4 players playing on one screen. I remember those days, but that doesn't happen too often. And whereas Nintendo, if they did have online, like if I was playing with Jimmy, I want to be Yoshi, and Jimmy wants to be, let's say, Donkey Kong or Wario or Bowser, and we have other players picking their characters, and we're trying to inflate like a big balloon or try
Yeah.
to knock each other off with the balancing ball. And online, that would be amazing. That would probably be a very popular online game, not just for Nintendo, but just Twitch. Like,
exactly.
having
It
you
would
guys,
be.
like,
It'd be ridiculous.
having you guys play.
It'd be a lot
with
of
us.
casters on
Oh my
that,
goodness.
especially. Trust me, like it'd be definitely one of the best party games to like play on
buy
a
a Wii
weekend
right
or that.
Now.
Yeah, it gets you excited talking about this stuff because you're just thinking about like, damn man, it'd be cool to have Dorian, iGames, and somebody else like playing with us, or maybe even B-Boy, just having a good time, laughs, and just trying to like beat each other with like mini games. This is mini games. Like, it's not supposed to be taken too serious, but it's
Yeah.
fun.
Stealing
Like-
your stars and coins. Yeah.
They
But,
they missed a large opportunity with that, huh?
Yeah, well, let's hope that they do it right with the NX. As far as like, they need to invest more into like adding, new
Online
things to
support to
online
their
games.
games?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Mario Tennis was probably one of the most disappointing ones as well, because
I-
literally did not back it up. I was super excited about it, and I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be amazing, When I picked it up, okay.
What?
Yeah,
Like,
no,
I
I
was like,
remember.
What? No friend
I-
lobbies?
Jimmy, I
Potato.
remember watching you and B-Boy play it. I remember you were playing, and you tried to get Raffle, one of your subs,
Uh-huh.
to play, and you're like, oh gosh, this is going to be random, but you got into it, played with them most often.
Yeah.
How many people were playing? It wouldn't be too random, but they didn't have that friend system, like, oh, I want to challenge Raffle, or I want to challenge B-Boy. It's just
Yeah.
open
Exactly.
season, anywhere in the world.
It's tennis. You can have open tournaments. Like, there's so many possibilities for that. There, they could have been done like tournaments with like your subs, and
Yeah.
who would win those as well. Because I like to do random tournaments on my cast. I don't know if you guys have ever caught those, where I just like to commentate what they're doing, because it's
I've
just
seen
fun
it.
to me.
I've seen
Yeah,
it.
it's just
Splatoon stuff.
Yeah,
that's great.
it's just fun for me. Like, I'm not trying to be a professional shoutcaster or anything like that. I just do it just for fun, and people get a kick out of it. And that was another game that I probably could have done would be Mario Tennis, but. And then we have that new Mario and Sonic Olympics game coming out, which is probably not going to be online. So it's just like,
Oh,
there's no
man.
point in getting excited
Oh
about that.
God, Sonic all over again.
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, but what
Well,
was
maybe-
the, go
Maybe
ahead.
that is the focus of the next console for NX, is because it's supposed to be a more powerful system, right?
Hmm.
Maybe it will be able to support that online that it needs. Whereas, the Wii the Wii U probably wasn't
Oh.
able to do it.
Sulfus. Oh, I only want to cut you off there, iGames. I see a few people mentioning it. It might be your mic there, Sulfus. A little bit of fuzz.
I'm checking the cables now.
Oh, it's good now. It's good. It's
All
good. I heard something very small too. I think it's all good. But continue, iGames.
Oh, but yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Maybe like with this next console, it may be more online based, you know, because I mean, that's the thing is like, I look at games now like in terms of
Replay
can I
value.
play this? Can I play this with friends?
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like now with where we're moving with games, if I can't really play the games too much with friends, then I'm like, damn, do I really want to get this?
Yeah, no, of course, yeah. Especially as a streamer, coming in our position, dude. We would hate to waste money on a game that we're not even gonna cast that much because there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
Or after when we're done with the games, like for me, like I felt super disappointed with Mario Tennis that there wasn't that much to do where I could have used that money towards giveaways for like other stuff.
Mhm.
And this is the thing that we have to be picky about the games we play. Like, do we see ourselves long term playing it for a while? Do we see ourselves like just like we just have to be really picky about some of the games that we play. And exactly how iGame said that he's very picky on whether if he's going to be able to play this game with his friends at all. And it sucks. It sucks that I wasted a few dollars on a few games that I wish I didn't have bought, but lessons learned.
Well, it's a different. It's weird. You kind of said something that struck a chord with me. It's when you go to buy a game. There's more of a thought process
Mm-hmm.
to me, and I'm sure you guys kind of relate. Like, if I buy this game, can I stream it? You know, like, I mean, because a lot of times me playing games, it's just me playing games, but I'm also just happen to be, live.
Yeah.
So, is it something that I'm going to enjoy, or is it something that I can, get into the stream, or is it not going to be enjoyable because the stream can't do a whole lot with it, or, it's a whole lot of factors involved.
That's kind of another thing too. I don't buy too many games anymore. Sometimes I'm just skeptical, but I do also look from like a Twitch perspective because my gaming now has changed since I first started. I remember just picking up games and renting them and playing them on my own time, maybe playing with a few buddies. But now we have such an amazing networking system with Twitch, and I would love to have everyone involved, whether I'm playing maybe a single player game, get your guys help with tips and stuff, or if you're playing American Truck Simulator, right, playing online, have you guys do a big convoy, Mario Kart, Splatoon. It's kind of endless, but there hasn't been too many games as of late for me that are new, like, hey, this would be awesome. Like, there's one game, I think maybe Jimmy, you may have streamed this once, but I know Jake has been playing. It's that Jackbox party games, Quiplash and stuff.
I played
God.
Quiplash was good, but the problem with that was that people this is the
Get
thing.
too racist.
No, it's that not just that, okay, but there's also there comes a time where you can't take things personal if they attack you on some of those things. It's just a joke. Like, you're supposed to be having fun. It's almost like if you go to a comedy show and you sit in the front row, you're setting yourself up for the comedian to like
Pick on you.
point you out and pick on you, right?
Yep.
So if you're gonna stream that game, you have to expect to be picked on, and also the people, if you're in Discord with, they're gonna get picked on. And so we had a situation where I had some people in Discord and they were picking on one, and she kind of got butthurt about it, and so she left the call. I'm like, oh my god. I was like, dude, it's a game, guys. Like, if they're gonna pick on my forehead, they're gonna be like, Jimmy has the biggest forehead, vote for that one. Everyone's gonna go for that one. Like,
That's why he wears the hat. No, I'm just
That's
kidding.
why it's funny. It's true.
Right? Yeah. Right? Yeah. No, I understand that. But then, like, once it gets racist, though, that's the thing that, like.
Oh yeah, no. Of
it's-
course, yeah. If it starts to get to that point, then then you get you can kind of see who's the one like being like a dick like that, you know. But I never had
Right.
that problem with someone being racist. I just had that problem with like people just they tend to get like, you know, sour about like getting picked on, or you know, just getting, they feel like they're getting bullied. But it's, you know, we're all a family. We're there. We
Mhm.
pick on each other. Everyone picks on me. You know, it's just, it's all fun and jokes.
Yeah, I fully agree. Like for if I was to stream that, I would, you know, set my mind not to, yeah, you can't really take, you can't take those personal, otherwise you would just feel miserable about yourself. But the times that I've played it, for example with Jake, sometimes like, wait, I'm voting for what? What's this? What? My mind has not even heard of this word before. What does it mean? And then you get a question, so you have to, you know, fill in the blank. I'm like, what does that mean? And then it's like, Dorian. Like, you ran out of time. I didn't know what that means. What's going on? But yeah, I know. Just the, you know, get back to what I was saying. Is just figuring out what games. I always want to have you guys to be involved with the game, whether it be single player, or multiplayer. Go through the journey and the puzzles and all that stuff. But as of lately, it just hasn't. There hasn't been too many games that I'm like, Dorian, I'm gonna buy that. I'm gonna put, again, by the way, in Canada the prices are really expensive. We're talking like $80 a game.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah,
So
different.
it's I'm kind of refraining. Whereas the PC side, it is normally cheaper, but at the same time, I'm kind of a skeptic on games now, and I think some games have come out where they're kind of half baked and they're not, you know, made perfectly, or well, not perfect. Not every game is perfect, but there haven't been Q&A, right? Like Arkham Knight on PC was a complete disaster. We've had that topic before, but I remember when I played it, it was fun, having your guys' input and seeing all the bat Beal and all that stuff. But you know, having your guys' involvement makes the stream so much more rich, engaging with your fans. And right now, I just haven't had too many games that are new to do that. So,
Right.
And Mario, when I look back at Mario and Nintendo, like who doesn't remember GoldenEye 4-player split screen, like, and little kids, or you know, your friends when we were kids, are like, stop screen peeking at me, don't do that, my job,
You screen
don't pick on
lurker.
me. Yeah.
Screen looker, man.
Yep.
You didn't know I was gonna turn that corner. Why'd you throw a grenade there? It's just like, what?
I didn't look at your screen. No.
And then my dad would come in like, well, you are playing on one large screen.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Come in and
Why
point
don't you do the same to me?
come in and point out the obvious.
Yeah. No, but yeah. Have you guys, like, as of lately, has there been a game where you guys played and you're just like, your viewers couldn't just understand what was going on? Like they just couldn't get into it, and it was just, yeah.
I'm gonna have to think of on that one. I know there's been some games. Oh wait, yes, now I remember. Only 2 people really, they lobbied hard for me to play it, and it was actually not too bad. But some people were like, oh my gosh, you just rip. But it was called Bad Rats. Bad Rats on PC. I think it's $1 for that game, and not too many people kind of understood. Like, I honestly had no idea what it's about, but the premise of the game is you play as these rats that have to kill a cat. You have to free the cat, and then you have to find a way to, like, all right, you have to use this plank, you have to use this engine, you have to use this flamethrower, and it's trial and error. You have to find the way how to basically kill the cat, which is sad, but it's, you read the Steam reviews, and it's actually highly kind of praised, but people will be like, bad rats. It's bad, and it has rats. 10 out of 10. You know, it's just
a weird game in general.
Yeah. That was one game that comes to mind as of late, where it was just weird. Like, what was I playing prior to that? I was taking a break. Maybe it was GTA or something, and like, okay guys, we're going to try something. I know 2 people really wanted me to play it. I'm like, all right, give this a shot. So
Bad rats are bad.
Yeah, I can't think of any games. Even though I've played like a ton of games, I
Did you
can't
get a
think
chance
of
to
any
play
games.
Layers of Fear at all?
I did. I did.
Not yet. I heard.
How
Is
was-
that scary? It's supposed to be a scary game.
It's a scary game. Yes, yes. What is your opinion on that? I guess.
I
Like-
thought it was all right. It
Did
It
you
was
get a
like-
jump
it
scare out
wasn't-
of it?
I jumped once. That was it. Just once on the stupidest part ever. Which wasn't even it wasn't even supposed to, like, I don't know, it just was stupid. But I mean the game was okay. I felt like it wasn't scary enough. I mean it felt like it was just more of like a trip of like what was like you were seeing and stuff like that.
Side of man.
But
Yeah, I get exactly what you mean. Yeah, no. When I played it, it was creepy. Like I had fun with it. It was very short though, and the other thing was that there were some parts where they were just trying too hard to be scary that it came off funny. You know, like
yeah.
Try
like
hard.
you know what I mean? By the part where the little kid runs into the wall, it's just like how
Yeah.
it was just funny to me. Like I made a joke out of it on my stream where I put on the Benny Hill music and then I just kept going around in circles until like, it was just funny, like it's just it's hard because there hasn't been enough good scary games to play out there recently.
Mm.
Like,
well,
I think a
I
lot of
would
games.
bring up.
I think a lot of games try to
Well, I
make
think that's
to
what
make a
would be
scary
our
game, but
next
they can't.
topic,
They
though.
don't do it right. Well, yeah, it's kind of leading into. Well, actually,
go ahead and bring that up. Yeah,
It actually would because I
Yeah.
think isn't
Yeah.
isn't Outlast 2 going to feature VR?
yeah, it
I had
is.
no idea. That sounds insane.
It is. All right, so there's our bridge. Let's go ahead and get into it. The
Alright.
topic for tonight is virtual reality. Now, some info before we get into this. Price points. The Oculus Rift is $599 for PC. There's a thing called the HTC Vive that's $799. There is a thing. This one I didn't get to do much research on, but there's a thing called Gear VR that you hook up to your phone, and your phone becomes the display screen of a VR. It's $99. It's more of like an attachment for your phone. There's supposed to be a PS4 VR. There's no.
I think that one's supposed to be about like maybe the prices are going to range anywhere between like $299 to maybe like
Yeah.
300, 400.
There's nothing confirmed, but it's rumored of a price point between $300 and $400 is the notes that I have. There's also a rumored thing for Xbox One. There's very little information about that out, other than the fact that it's in development. Now, those are your price points. Now, here's what I found interesting. If you're going to run an Oculus Rift on your PC, here are the specs that you have to have. You have to have NVIDIA GTX 970 equivalent or greater, or AMD 290 equivalent or greater.
Yeah.
You have to have an Intel i5 4590 equivalent or greater. You have to have at least 8 gigs of RAM. You have to have a compatible HDMI 1.3 video output. You have to have 2 3.0 USB and 1 2.0 USB available. So 3 USB slots, and you have to have Windows 7 Service Pack 1 or better. So those are a lot of specs.
Yeah.
To be able to support the Oculus Rift. Now, coming right out, let's take the discussion to is virtual reality. The VR headset, is it going to be a novelty or is it going to be a thing? And when I mean a thing, like something like that we use every day, or is it going to be something that we use once a week? Personally, I think the console version of these VR headsets will probably do better just in terms of number. A lot of people has got an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4. Having a computer to match those specs, I would basically have to build a new computer.
Yeah.
I would have to build a new computer, then I would have to buy the Oculus Rift, then I would have to buy the game. You know, I might as well take out a I might
Small
as
loan
well
of $1 million.
sell my car and everything else. But you know, you could do all that, or you could get the $400, you know, one for the PS4 max price. That's the rumored price, but $300 to $400, and go along with that. But is it going to be a novelty? And for $400, it better damn not be a novelty. But anyway, is it going to be a novelty? What are we going to do with it? What can we see with it? Our games go.
All right, so honestly, my personal opinion, I think it's going to be a novelty. Look at 3D. Where do we go with that? Nobody plays games in 3D. So, again, virtual reality is nice, but I still don't think we're all really all that ready for it. I mean, in terms of games to play virtual reality that I would be honestly looking forward to would be scary games. I would love to put that on so I could put myself in that character's actual position and try to get scared. Because, I mean, playing the game on a screen and with a controller, it is creepy, but it's not the same as like putting yourself in there. But I think that's like the only use I would get out of it, or being in like maybe in like underwater in like a shark like cage or something, feeding sharks, like just to check it out. But
Like
again,
a whole
like,
immersion thing.
yeah, to like get yourself into that. But in terms of like playing like normal games, like I don't see it going that way. And especially too, I don't know how it would work too. Like if for me, I want to be able to find a way to integrate it in with the stream. So like I don't know how that would work.
So how do you
because
read?
have it
How the hell do you read chat with a thing on your face?
exactly, right?
See,
So
see, that's the thing. I don't mean to cut you off there. I'm sorry, but I just want to go ahead and give my input on that little thing. Point that out. You won't be able to read chat. Like that's the thing. It would be a thing where you play maybe once a week, or if that once a month, depending if there's how many scary games they come out with. Because literally, it'll probably be the only reason why I would ever even get that is to play a scary game, and that's you know, exactly what iGame said, to, you know, put yourself in their position and, you know, look around corners and actually, you know, it feel like you're actually there. But the chat at the same time would have to know that you can't read chat. It would just be more of you entertaining people rather than interacting with people, because you won't be able to.
It'd be more of a. To me, I think it would be like just off of that, like it'd be more entertaining to watch like a YouTube video of somebody playing it than like a live stream. Because a live stream is, like you said, is more interactive, you know, and you want that. That's, you know, what are you gonna do? Somebody gonna make an app where you can read the chat on your screen on your VR, and then everything you're reading chat and you can't see the game. It's very, very strange on how that would, you know, you would have to play around, take the headset off, and kind of catch up with chat. It just seems very taxing.
Yeah.
I agree. Like the minimal specs already, for me, I couldn't imagine how much how much CPU power would be just to stream it. You know, using XSplit and OBS, and I feel like you would need a dedicated gaming and a streaming PC at that point to capture that properly, to make sure that it's not like stuttering at all.
So the best thing about going about that would either be getting the phone attachment thing or getting the PS4 version.
Yeah, to make sure it's not you're not streaming in 320p.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. That's
looks like a recording of an old VHS.
And let's talk. We're not even talking about the price alone, man. They're charging an arm and a leg here. That is ridiculous.
They are. Well, okay. Here's what I think about price. All right. Here's what I think about price. This is legit what I think about price. When the PlayStation 3 came out, it was $500.
Ooh, I remember that.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yep.
Okay.
I remember that.
So, and you know, when the PlayStation 1 came out, it was almost $200, and then you could get it for below $100. I think the initial startup is a lot involved. All the people that get their first round, the companies have to make their money back by that high price tag, and once the second, third, fourth round starts going out after it's been out for a year, you know, then they can knock it down, dude. I mean, that's just the way it happens. You see it every day, you know, and especially in technology. You know, it's always high. And my rule of thumb is I never buy the first gen of technology. I always wait.
And
I always wait.
Its low kinks and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
But in some way or another, VR has actually technically been around for a long time. It's just
I know it's been around for years. It's just the fact that I think price points and also the way it looks. I think.
Well, but
I don't know.
Here's the thing. More so probably in PCs, and probably somebody that maybe people are not even think about. When you think about the practical applications, not only playing a game. Okay, sure, we're on Twitch TV and podcasts talking about gaming. That's what you should think. But think about like VR, like tours of things or places you want to go to. And you could take a virtual reality tour, or
also you're talking Total Recall over here.
Well, kind of. Just just don't go to Mars. Yeah. Anyway, but no, I mean, like seriously, like you want to, business meeting, whatever, throw in the headset, look at this design, yeah, whatever. You could use it for more than just gaming, especially on the PC. Which I think is interesting, to be able to use it in a sense like that, or even, dare I say, movies?
Yeah, we didn't mention movies.
Gaming is a big part of it, but I also think that there's other ways to, to use it in practicality. The scary games would be funny to watch somebody else do. First person shooters, maybe.
I did get a chance to play one of the first person shooters at TwitchCon with the VR headset, and that wasn't too bad. It was actually pretty fun to play. Yeah, because one of my first initial reaction, before I even played it, I was like, I feel like it's gonna be like really bad, but it wasn't that bad. Like, I was always concerned about how the movement was gonna be like. You still needed a controller to, I believe, which was just to shoot and jump and stuff. But other than that, like aiming would be like your head, like the way you move it, that would be your crosshair.
Yeah.
And then so it wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty fun to play.
I mean,
yeah.
Not to cut you off, but any like first person's perspective game, like Elder Scrolls, when that one comes out, it's all from first person perspective. Skyrim, Oblivion. Yeah. Can you imagine, casting spells with a VR headset on? I think it's going to be interesting. The technology itself is cool. It's all on the software side of it, of the developers, on how you interact with it in the game or the medium or the movie or whatever you're doing, to see how it'll come out. And I also think it'll be just kind of safe the first few games that come out.
Right.
There's probably going to be like, you'll have like a game, quote unquote, that's more like an interactive movie that'll be compiled of jump scares, where you're going down this hallway and you're really not doing anything, but you decide to go left or right. Things like that. I think you'll probably see that.
I think they already have a pretty good lineup of games.
Yeah.
Because when I went to go watch, I got invited to go watch the Paranormal movie, the last one that just came out, and after the movie, they had the VR game of Paranormal Activity. I'm like, damn, like, because there's quite a few games already. I think it's gonna run almost like an app store where it's just, or like a Steam, where you can just, they already have a lineup of different like games and categories. Because I've seen quite a few already. It's not like there's only been like one or two that they've been showing off and showcasing.
Yeah.
But there's quite a few, I think.
But it's interesting to see, and obviously, like, you're talking anywhere from $99 all the way to $799. So obviously, there's a reason that all of that cost, difference. So you're talking, capability of hardware and stuff like this. But I think probably the Oculus Rift would probably be the best overall in terms of experience. If you're talking about a lot of money to get there. You're talking a lot of money to get there.
But doesn't Facebook own the Oculus Rift now?
Yep.
Yep.
So I don't know. I don't trust Facebook. So I don't know if I trust that.
Did
Well,
they really?
And
Yeah.
in terms of
So
in terms of all my research that I did and the performance and the specs and the hardware and all the things, the Rift is supposedly king right now. In terms of performance, but
One thing though, I'll add, kind of off topic, but you guys remember Naughty Dog, right? Back in when they were doing Crash and Jack and Daxter.
yeah.
One of the co-founders, Jason Rubin, who's pretty well known in the gaming industry. He actually is the leader coordinator of Oculus. So having his background in gaming with games like Crash and Jack and Daxter, I could see it work out. But yeah, I know the skepticism of Facebook, and I tried making my own VR one time, but it didn't really work out. But let me show you this, guys. I don't know.
Let's
this
see
is
the
kind of
prototype.
silly.
Let's check
But
out the
yeah,
prototype.
I was making my own, and people remember this. I was, getting ready for some Metal Gear. This is actually
looks
supposed to be a Metal Gear night vision goggle.
Sign me
but,
up, Dorian. I'll take 2.
Yeah, no. All you need is
can I
a
pre-order
galaxy.
now?
Oh, if you pre-order now, you get the exclusive
Can I
theme
name
and
it?
wallpaper. Yeah, JLess
Take
can
Can we name it the D in 3D?
the G and
Oh
Let's
man.
put the staple on that, please. The name. That's
Sounds
what we gotta
good.
name it. The D in 3D. What's the
expedite
D stand for? Dorian, of course.
Three Dorians.
No, yeah, like I've always wanted to do what Dorian was doing. It was like somewhat like cosplay of it, and yeah, it's always a good time when you do that. I was there for that one, Dorian.
Oh
the
yes.
Metal Gear. Yeah, I was there for the Metal Gear. That was really
But-
cool.
Is there
Yeah.
any health risk to playing with the virtual reality?
I'm sure there is. I've
Oh,
se-
because I know a lot of people that if they do play the virtual reality, if they get so like into the game with it being virtual reality and spend too much time on it, how is that going to affect their health compared to somebody who's like maybe plays it like an hour and then takes it off because then they're going to have to take a break.
well,
That's
I think it's probably a case by case basis because I've seen videos of people doing just like kind of movie type things that they're doing like roller coasters and stuff, and people are getting sick, from the feeling. You know how you ride a roller coaster
okay.
and you have the feeling of like your stomach dropping. That's just the term that we use around here. I don't know if y'all have heard that
So
before.
wait,
but
was iGames referring to like motion sickness, like people?
I'm
Play-
just,
Well, just health in
like,
general.
is there any health risk? Like,
Okay. So
can
like,
they have,
so you're hoping it's not gonna be like the Virtual Boy for only playing for like an hour and then having the crazy headache and seeing red spots.
yeah, shit like that. So,
Basically.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
basically, like anything that could cause you to like even I don't know. Okay, so this is another thing too is I don't want to hear a story where somebody played a virtual reality and then next thing you know they're flipping out and going crazy and they're actually seeing shit like all over their.
I think okay. Obviously, if you have conditions as far as like having seizures and stuff like that, then I don't know. Maybe there's probably information about that because.
Oh yeah, I don't have.
Obviously,
I'm looking out for
like
others.
that. You don't want to play a scary game
I don't think it's going to cause anything.
Yeah.
From my understanding of it, you're basically just putting a screen on your face, so you're right there. Because you play PlayStation or computer, and you still have your peripheral, so I can see my door and I can see everything that's over here. But when you're locked into that, you don't have that. Your peripherals are, you look over here and you see another part of the game, right? So if rotating things on the screen will hypnotize you, Dorian,
Oh man.
you might get
Mario Maker, please don't do it.
You know,
Don't go VR for that game.
you might could it might could maybe be an exponential form. I don't know. I've been playing games since the Atari 2700, guys. And I've only seen, there was one game that I actually just had to stop playing because of the sequence of color flashing on the screen.
Okay.
And it's only happened to me one time in my whole generation of playing games.
I'll play that game now.
So believe it or not, it was one of the Guitar Hero or Rock Band games, and it was the song and just the way that it was, the way that everything was moving up, and I don't know. I kind of
stop for a moment.
it kind of messed with my head a little bit, but
Yeah.
there was what was it? This reminds me. Was it episode? It was an episode of Pokemon, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That gave a whole bunch of kids seizures.
Yeah.
I forgot what episode it was, and
Yeah, there
I
was.
think it might have been the Raichu one with Pikachu.
Yeah,
Where there was a sequence where it was just like a whole bunch of flashing lights, and there's a whole bunch of stories about
So
that.
I guess if you're prone to that, it can just, I guess, to me it seems like it would be exponential because you're kind of more immersed into it. At least your brain is anyway. You're gonna have that thought of being there, because like if people are getting motion sickness off of VR doing a roller coaster, that could tell you like how the mind kind of reacts to what's going on.
Right.
So in terms of health, I don't think it's any different than anything else.
Yeah, because I
Okay.
mean, when I tried it on at TwitchCon, it wasn't that bad. Like you can it wasn't like bad on your eyes or anything like that. Like that's one thing I was worried about. I was like, oh man, like I don't want to have to like have to take it off after a few minutes and stuff. But no, I was playing it for like a good I guess hour and a half or so, and it was good. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I didn't feel like my eyes were tired or anything like that.
Right.
I was
There
looking- I was
wasn't.
really worried,
did
yeah.
you, was there a small like break-in period? Like, okay, so your eyes and your mind just getting quickly, or
No, it
like
was
10
just
minutes,
almost
or it's just
as if you
seamless?
were playing a game. Like, well, obviously I was playing a game, but like almost as if you were playing a game without the VR headset. Like, you forget that it's on. The only reason why it feels like it's on you is because how heavy it is. Like, it was a little heavy, but other than that, like, once you're playing the game, you forget that you have it on. Like, you're just kind of just playing, because you're just like having fun with it. So, but it was nice, honestly. And yeah, there's a lot of possibilities with different games. They can do like some kind of Fallout game with that. Like, how amazing would that look? If you're walking around like in an area where, like, say for instance, New York was all like and just in Fallout, it just like it would be really cool. Like, there's so many possibilities you can do. Sports games as well, like playing basketball.
Wow.
Like I think they can do it.
Madden.
Yeah, Madden too.
And I remember actually the NFL was looking at, like, they're looking at maybe what features to improve the fan engagement with their team and broadcast, and they're thinking one day they'll just try to make you feel like you can pick a player that's playing for your favorite team and see their perspective, and use your VR.
And also, I
piece.
mean, they can put it to good use as well. Like, for patients or people that can't, like, they kind of like take them off their mind, off of like being sick, or someone that can't walk anymore, but they
Yeah.
can do it with like with the VR headset. And it's just I think they can put it to good use. It's a good thing. The only problem right now is just that it's too expensive and they're asking for too much for your PC. If they can lower the price a bit for the PS4 and stuff like that, then yeah, I'm all ears for that. That sounds amazing. But it's
But-
still.
Yeah.
I think it's still a work in progress. I think, yeah.
Yeah, no.
It's gonna come packaged with
Mhm.
it's gonna come packaged with some exclusive buy the headset and you get to play this whatever game. You know, it's probably gonna be packaged like that. There things like this always are. Let's just
Mhm.
face it.
I said something stupid. I said VR.
Do what?
No, you've ever seen that Spyro thing, like a mystery Spyro that keeps going and going? That's what it'd be like, a VR and a VR and just. But no, I was talking about. But yeah, just had a brain
Oh
fart.
God.
Oh gosh. What is it? VRception. Anyway. Yeah, I just completely lost what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dorian.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the money strain, man, JLess, it's rough, dude. It's rough.
Yeah.
Just to get into something that nobody really knows, you know. It's different. It's different to. So, like when you have a new game that comes out, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can show how the game looks. You can show the gameplay. Everybody
Right.
can see it face value. VR is different in my book, man. It's an experience, right? So you can't really display that in a commercial.
Yes, that is 100% true. I feel like they need to have it at like locations first for people to try it out for themselves, than just to try and sell you on it rather for be like, yeah, just trust us, it's amazing, you know.
Yeah.
Like they would have to have it at certain places for people to try it out. Like have it at every Best Buy, have it at you know,
GameStops and
amusement
Best
parks,
Buys, yeah.
amusement parks too, you know, because people can just go there and, you know, go into like a scary game or something, you know, like it'd be like, this is stuff that they need to start having a way of promoting their VR rather than just going off of what they're saying or watching other people's reactions. People want to try it themselves, you know. You got to make it available for people to try out. And the best way about doing that is putting them at your local GameStops, Best Buys, or yeah. So those will probably be the best ones, honestly. You know, I
mean,
would say Walmart, but you know, Walmart, no.
No.
Walmart and
I
Target would be
I
like
worked at Walmart. I'll tell you that. I worked there, and the
destroyed,
people there are shady as hell,
Yeah.
dude. They will jack that off of the display. They'll
Yeah.
cut the wires and
Remember
everything
one
just to
time I
take.
wanted to play a game on the PlayStation. You know, they had the display ones. The sticks were missing. How am I
Yup.
supposed to play? You know?
Okay, so I was part-time working at Best Buy, and you know, like you were saying, you know, someone like jacked the analog sticks, but it was random. Someone just took the batteries out of the Wiimote. I just want my batteries. But yeah, no, people would literally try to like, oh, I'm gonna take
Wow.
this wristband. Someone took the wristband of the Wiimote, and then you know, yeah, the PlayStation. Whoa, what happened to this? It looked like I got gnawed by a dog, and it's like, there's no dogs allowed in here. Someone must have tried to like take a screwdriver, but yeah, it's
Some of them,
weird.
the controllers, they look like they're bitten. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I need this part of the controller
yeah,
as
some
the momentum.
little teeth marks on there.
All right,
God.
here's what I don't want. Here's what I don't want is for somebody to come out and have like they're going to do it. They're going to do it. They're going to. It's going to happen. I don't want a special edition VR headset. I don't want it. I want a VR headset that costs this much money and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't want different versions of it, right, for the PS4 or whatever. You know.
So you kind of just want it to be, it's almost like
Well,
its own console type of thing, right?
Well, and it goes back to like.
so well,
Okay.
that's the thing too. Sulfus is like to argue with your point about the different ones for the PlayStation. If they do any for the PlayStation, most likely it'll be a standalone of the headset, and then it'll also be the VR headset with the Move bundle. You know, that's how I see it. You know, because it also works with the PlayStation Move.
Yeah, they can sell more
well,
more Move products. as
Sure,
well, yeah.
that different packaging I'm okay with, but what I'm saying is like, you know how now they got the buy this PS4 bundle, and it has a paint job on it, and you get this game with it, and this whole
Right.
commercial.
I'm really scared, man. The reason why is because I jumped on the Connect when it first came out, and I was like, yes, man, this is gonna be amazing. I played the first 2 games. After that, it just fell off. Like they stopped coming out with good games,
There
or
was
stopped coming out with games in general.
Yeah, it was kind of
Yeah,
rough,
no,
dude.
And they came with the Xbox One, and we used them for like basically hand gestures, and also for for people to stream, and that's it. It started becoming more of less of a game thing than more of like a practical, like, more convenient for you to just be like Xbox, HBO, or and it'll play whatever,
Mm.
It just I'm just scared it's gonna become something that's gonna be relevant like down the road, that people are just not gonna use it.
collects dust and just
Yeah, it's just gonna
Well, it's
that kind of money. It's just like you have to wait. Exactly what you said, Self, is like with like new products and stuff like that. It's just better off just waiting.
well, and somebody said in chat, can I have my PS4 Hot Rod Red? Look, I don't care what color it is. I don't want there to be a difference in hardware when it comes to the headset, VR headset.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I get there's different versions of PS4 that's got more memory and stuff like that. Like, I get that. That's practical. You want more memory. You pay more for it. That makes sense to me. I don't. There shouldn't be a different level of PS4 headset when it comes out. Like, everybody should have the same thing, regardless if it looks different. If you want, something that looks like Dorian's cardboard box that he has, that's fine. But in terms of just specs, in terms of what it does, you know what I mean? Like, do you buy the Call of Duty special Black Ops whatever Rogue 12 headset, and only that has a certain feature? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm trying to convey my message.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be a thing. If it's all aesthetic and cosmetic, I don't care about that stuff, because I kind of get into some of that stuff sometimes. But it should just be the headset,
Mm-hmm.
and it shouldn't have certain capabilities of certain things that you buy.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Because I think they're going to try to package it in some kind of way, and
Yeah.
they're going to package it in a base way, and they're going to package it, all shiny, and try to lure many different consumers in to buy it. Which,
Is there a release date for this yet?
mm-mm.
PlayStation VR, I think they were trying to push for this year. This is kind of dubbed the year of virtual reality, and you can get your Oculus, and again, you need to make sure your computer's up to the spec that it will play it and everything, and but yeah, there's a lot of independent studios, indie developers are putting out a lot of VR, and there's stuff on Steam that if you want to. And the only problem I have with VR is I have not ever used VR, so I'm not gonna knock it until I try it.
Hopefully, if you guys end up going to TwitchCon,
yeah, I would love
might have
to.
it there.
TwitchCon, they
Try
probably
it
will.
out.
They
I would
probably
love
will.
to immerse myself, like thinking of I guess this is kind of the staple of a VR experience would be a horror game. But imagine if you're strapped down, right, like in a chair, and all you hear, like, and also the sound has to be good too, right? So you have a headphones, earbuds, whatever, and all you hear is like someone's footsteps coming, and you see like a light that's slowly like fading on and off, like a single light bulb, and just maybe some screams, well, kind of like faint screams in the background, and just the atmosphere and water drops. Just thinking of that would be neat. But as we touched on earlier about what games you're maybe not, or perhaps reluctant to stream, maybe I would stream that once if I had the proper hardware and stuff, but it would be kind of a disconnect with your community, and there wouldn't be a real way to talk unless you like take it off and like, hey, how's it going, guys? I'm back in. Every 10 minutes, I'm in the Matrix. Okay, back in. Something like that. But
Yeah, I think it'd be. I think it, like I said at the beginning, I think it'd be a better like YouTube thing where people can watch a video and you're not trying to. You just do it instead of trying to. Because then you'd have to play the game for a little bit, take the headset off, catch up on chat. You know, it's. Yeah.
Yeah,
Seems
see,
like
like I said, it's gonna have to be a thing if like casters really want to do it. Which the bigger casters, I'm pretty sure they're gonna do regardless because they don't really half the time they don't really read their chat, so it's not gonna change anything for them. But like for people like myself, Dorian, and like us, just in general, the people that like to interact with our viewers and have a conversation with them, or you know, try to get them involved and asking them, what should I do, guys? Like, you know, should I go left? Should I go right? You won't be able to do that properly without having to take off your headset, reading chat. Yeah, you know. So should I go left or right, guys? Okay.
then you'd need like a second person with you, just sitting next to you, reading the chat to you.
Yeah.
It'd become like a whole thing.
I feel like it's only gonna be practical for like scary games when it comes to casting it. As far as like the way you're explaining yourself is with like having the experience of like other stuff, like, you know, being at a museum and walking around, or being at a theme park and stuff like that. That's stuff that you're gonna do on your own, or you're gonna do on YouTube, but not on Twitch.
Correct. Yeah.
Text to speech.
But I think somebody said it in chat. Minesweeper VR, make it a thing. Make it a thing.
What could work? Like you were saying, having someone next to you, you could like run Discord and have a moderator be with you, and they can let you know what chat is saying or get an idea. Like that could work.
That
but
seems very unpractical, though.
Yeah.
Because even with text to speech, what if some jerk comes into your chat and all they post is kappa 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 kappa?
Yeah.
That's all you're gonna hear out of text to speech. Like, so it's
that
not.
will happen.
Well, I guess that's where you would have your mods like time them out, because I think if they time them out, the message doesn't go through. And I know that the PlayStation, like, I mean, we could test this out. Like with the PlayStation, when I stream, I can have an automated robot read the chat for me, even though the chat's not going to be on screen, but the robot could read the chat.
Yeah.
Or something, I think. So, I mean, that's something that could happen. But, yeah, again, it's still not the same as, like, reading it yourself and interacting with the chat. That's the thing that I feel for it, too, is, like, it's not a thing for me.
Yeah,
it's somebody, you know, with, you know, when streaming first started, it was a task, and now everybody love of streaming. You know, now you have the alerts, and you have the software to stream and everything to make everything easier. Is somebody going to step up and make streaming VR easier? I don't know what they would do, but there's going to be something. Somebody's going to try something somewhere. Maybe. Because obviously they have to know that like you said, JLess, like the hyper popular streamers with like 3,000 people in their chat, they don't read their chat because
it's not gonna make a difference.
They're not gonna read their chat because they can't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can't keep up with all that.
It's not that some of them it's because they can't, you know, they try to reply as much as people, but there is some that just don't even acknowledge their chat.
Well, it's true. I guess it depends.
They might glance over and that's it.
It depends. It depends on the person. I've seen, you know, anywhere from 3,000 to 7,000 people, and like every 10 minutes or so, they'll just randomly pick out something that somebody said and acknowledge it. But like, you know, even you know, us. You know, at the most people I've ever had in my stream is like 140. I was still able to manage talking to all of those people. Mm-hmm. You know, you guys do it as well. Man.
Yeah. I managed to keep up with like 700 people in the chat. So, I mean, I don't know what like the range would be to where it'd be out of control to where you can't keep up with chat, you know?
That's a whole other topic of its own, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know? It is.
Well, there's a lot of factors that involve, but at the same time, it's like taken away from the whole experience that we get out of streaming is interacting with other people and trying to VR at the same time. It's the hurdle. That's the hurdle. What do you do?
I know, because it'd be like this. You're playing, you lift it up. Hey, guys, I can see chat. I'm back to gaming. Hey, what's going on? You know, hey, no, that's how I see it.
You're just like, you played, you take it off. Hey, what's up, Dorian? How's it going, man? And then, yo, what up? Yeah, dude, just playing VR. It's just
Yeah.
it's just I'm telling you, it's either gonna be something where you're just gonna be there to try to entertain as much as you can until afterwards you can have a discussion about the game, or if you want to have a moment to take a pause, catch up with people in chat, say what's up, then yeah, you can do that. But you won't be able to like interact, take it off, to interact, take it off. Like it's just not gonna work. It's
Yeah.
gonna become more of an annoyance for people because they're gonna be there, play the freaking game,
Yeah, no, I saw
Also-
there was. Oh, go ahead, James.
Oh, I was gonna say too. The other thing too is if you do play the virtual reality with the scary games, you don't really want to read chat because if it's something that somebody already played, they're gonna say like it's going to ruin your experience. Like
yeah,
they'll
like
spoil it.
like I said,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. It's gonna be something where your moderators are gonna come into play with that. Is sorry guys, he won't be able to read chat. Today's a VR night where he's gonna play a game. And so yeah, like it will just be more of like you trying to entertain them and just playing the game and just having fun with it.
I also was gonna say if for streaming wise, they would like to see your perspective and perhaps the other perspective of just a normal game. So I just actually posted a setup of how someone has basically green screened their whole living room, and so they have their their gameplay and their camera on a wide angle so you can capture everything. That looks
Capture the
pretty
whole
cool, but
movement,
man, I don't want to get rid of the tree and all that stuff again. It's already going to be tough to put this green screen back together.
Yeah,
But it's I would like to see it like just as a viewer. I would like to see how it could work for streaming wise, and I think people would kind of get a kick out of it. But I don't know if I could do it on a daily basis.
No, it's not gonna
Or,
be a daily basis. Like I said, it'd probably be like once a week thing, or if that once every 2 weeks or something like that. Because it's not gonna be a thing where it's just like you're gonna be playing. Oh, this guy's only a VR streamer. Like that's not gonna make any sense. Like you can't do that.
Yeah, I don't think that.
Yeah.
And here's an image of actually with the green screen overlaid and persons immersed in the game itself. But if you guys want to see this article here, I'll put it in the chat.
That's really cool. Though.
All that there. But yeah, it would be neat just to try it out, and you'd hope like I don't know,
Like something
Imagine-
like that where like he has a whole studio set up to where he can walk around and stuff. That'd be kind of cool for like a Just Dance game where they can see you inside the game,
Oh,
dancing,
God.
with, like 80s out.
you know.
Yes.
Would be fun.
Yes.
That would be fun. Or you're just rocking out, you have like a guitar and it's just like a VR thing where they can see you. You're like at a concert or something, like this. There's possibilities. It sounds fun and stuff, but like it always comes out to, like I said, we're going down to price and we're going down to like the fact that we won't be able to reach chat. So this is something that's not very practical for a streamer to have.
Yeah, I don't even want to call it a peripheral at this point, man.
Yeah.
I really don't, dude.
It's
I mean,
a
if
system.
we're all sitting there talking about how difficult it would be to use it, to stream it, to buy it, and you're talking about something that's rumored $300 to $400 for a PS4.
Yeah.
And obviously, it would probably be PS4 exclusive. You probably wouldn't be able to take that and plug it into your computer, right? So, are you going to spend $400 for what now is basically a novelty? Because you just said you wasn't gonna, you would do it once every 2 weeks, maybe. Is it worth it? I mean, I'm just saying, like in practical terms, like I'm playing devil's advocate here, I guess. But I mean, it sounds rough, dude. Sounds rough. To spend $400 on something that is really just not even practical to use in a stream.
It'd be I could see one thing, like if they had a Resident Evil. You remember Resident Evil 1, the original Resident Evils, like 1, 2, and 3. How the door opens, it's a loading screen.
Oh,
you open up the door in 3 or in VR, and then you see zombies. You're like, nope. So you go back,
Close the door. Yeah.
yeah, and then you do like a gesture to like somehow reload your gun and inventory, and okay, we're gonna go in this time. Nope. I was just scared. I don't know. That would be pretty neat.
There's a lot of possibilities with that thing, but it's just.
But there's what was the name of the game? I don't want to bring up the whole drama that happened, but I don't want to get into the whole drama. But the Fine Brothers had a they did a react on the Oculus, and it was like some scary game where they were running around.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like I said, it was a YouTube video. It's something like somebody's reaction to them doing VR. It's not streaming, so it's
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool, but yeah, I don't see it. I don't see being able to stream it. I just don't see it. Oh my goodness, $400.
400. That's another freaking PS3 right there. That's sure. Yep.
Yeah, no, it would be fun. Again, TwitchCon, or if there's a gaming event near me, I would love to just try it out and then give everyone my take.
Yeah.
But it's, yeah, I mean, Twitch is an amazing platform on games and the community, and also we have creative, right? Creative with people doing art and content creation with their making like intros, and like Big T here making graphics on stream, and it would be just interesting. Just I wouldn't mind trying that one time. A VR stream, Dorian plugged into the virtual matrix and seeing me kind of get scared and goosebumps and scared. Yeah.
But it's more, it goes back, and somebody said it in chat, that VR is going to die fast, but the point I raised in the very beginning, it's more on the people making the stuff. Like, the hardware is fine, like your computer is fine. It's what you put on it that makes it good or bad, right?
Yeah.
So, same goes, man. Like, I think there's going to be good VR things, and I think there's going to be bad VR things, and I think somebody's going to, first impression is going to be with the bad game or bad whatever they're using it for, and going to toss it away. So it remains to be seen, man. There's a lot of information out. There's a lot of information out, but not really a lot of hands-on things as of yet.
Yeah, like I said, it's gonna come down to them actually promoting their stuff at stores, like in amusement parks and stuff like that. They have to make it available for people to try, and instead of just taking their word for it, because it's not gonna. Yeah, people are not gonna buy into spending $400 to $500 on something that they don't even know if it's gonna be to their liking at all. So they have to make it available for people, something like that.
Almost has to be like an expose almost sort of thing, because
Exactly.
I mean, you're, like I said, VR has been around for a long time, but it's not, they're trying to make it,
It's been around for a long time, and it hasn't been that great for a long time either. They're really starting to get it right, where it's just like, oh, this is awesome, finally.
They're trying to make it new age, and they're trying to make it, more acceptable to the masses, which is good to a point, but you keep, all these developers and stuff, they're just using these descriptive words like, oh, it's incredible immersion and this and that, and whatever, but that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything
to the main consumer out there. It's like, so what can that do for me?
Yeah.
Right? So, and I think it will be somewhat of a tough sell, because VR has definitely picked up on the PC platform. I feel like it's kind of a niche market at this moment. But since Sony has, they used to call it Project Morpheus. Now it's called, I think, just PlayStation VR.
Yeah.
And when was the last console virtual reality? Was that Nintendo?
Yeah.
The Virtual Boy.
Yep.
So or was there something else in between
there
for
might have been
Nintendo? Did
something
Sega
else.
or did I'm
There might be something else, but I totally forgot. Yeah, there was something else right after the Virtual Boy. There was something else, but I can't quite remember the name for it.
Oh, there was, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's a few other little gimmick ones as well, like off-brand that weren't like big companies. Um, Other than that, yeah, man. I I don't
like
know, man. Honestly, it's iffy, you know. But there's a lot of possibilities. I was just thinking about right now how awesome it would be to actually have it at schools, where
for
they would like for educational purposes, where
Practical.
saying like for instance, with cooking class or something, the teacher has one, all the students have one, and they're teaching them how to cook at a younger age.
Yep.
And you know, like instead of using an actual knife to cut themselves, they can use, you know, doing it with the VR and just practicing like that. And now there's endless possibilities with it. But like I said, it's gonna come down to pricing, man. It's gonna be that. It's gonna come down to pricing, and it's gonna come down to them promoting it so people can try it out.
yeah,
You know,
no,
for not just for your everyday gamer, but for everyone in general. They have to have it for all purposes, because that's what I see it more as, to be something for like you know, educational purposes, for you know, for health purposes. Not necessarily health, but I guess more like, you know, gaming and there's like other stuff, you know, for people that are like what we brought up earlier, with people that have like disabilities, or they can't walk, or they can't, you know, or they can't really leave their bed, you know, because they're sick, and it will be something to distract them from doing, you know.
Yeah.
yeah, as a learning resource, that'd be awesome. Like lately, you see a lot more people doing courses online. Perhaps that could be the next step, and having schools perhaps, you know, finance, you know, you hope so, or they can, you know, provide you a kit. You know, if you're learning, let's say, car mechanics or aeronautic engines and
Yeah, something
cooking and
practical, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
something
a
hands-on.
simulation. Like you see these games like American Truck Sim, that are. I'm trying to think of legitimate simulators out there. There's too many of these bogus Steam games. Like, you want to be a bear sim. Play that game, or be a cat. Find your master. You
Goat
know, it's
Simulator in
literally
VR. Do it.
yeah, I'm just, you know, I guess, you know, farming, and there's farm simulator, there's train. I guess those three I could think of, but that would be neat to see it for those type of uses.
Yeah.
But yeah, gaming, I feel like they really are. That's VR. They are really pushing it on the gaming front, and you see Nvidia, a graphics manufacturer, they are pushing VR. They're telling you when you buy your new graphics card, it will say it's VR ready.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it remains to be seen.
Right.
When it hits, maybe when is E3?
June, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We should be getting hopefully some more information on VR come E3.
Oh man, June is gonna be an exciting month.
Yeah, maybe we'll
Just
get
always like E3 hype.
maybe
Oh, yeah.
maybe we'll get some more details of what all this involves.
Oh yeah, I feel like this is gonna be an E3 for a lot of gaming companies, especially Nintendo. Oh man, this is their time to shine, because they didn't show off anything last year's E3.
Mm-mm.
Like there was nothing. Like,
And
there
then
was
the
nothing
year
big at the time.
Before that, they actually didn't decide, I think, to attend, right?
Yeah.
E3,
Yeah.
so-
Side note, Bethesda requested another conference room at E3. You know, last year was the first time they ever did a conference, and they announced Fallout, and they requested another one. So there's a lot of speculation as to what the heck they're going to do, because they just released a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like-
Last time we had a podcast with each other, and you were really excited about Fallout. So let me ask your opinion now.
Fallout.
How did you like it, and were your expectations meet?
My expectations were not met with Fallout 4.
Oh no.
You and thousands of other people, man.
Jesus.
I've been told that it was just like, it's not what they expected.
Like, okay, the game started, and I'm like, oh, hype, you know, and then the kind of storyline happens. I'm like, oh, what's going on? I got to figure out, and then I got into the game, and it was still kind of new and exciting, and then you kind of got in the storyline and all the questing, and it was just, yeah.
Right.
I think it was a good looking game. It performed well in terms of how you played the game. You know, shooting stuff and running around and doing whatever. It just fell flat on its face in terms of story and the focus on what they wanted you to do in the game. Like, they put so much focus on, like, the settlement. Oh, we just lost.
Yeah, we lost Mr. iGames.
Yeah, I think iGame said something about a power outage.
He did. I'm just looking
My
at
face. Look at my face. It's split.
I'm just looking at the overlay right quick.
Yeah.
It'll have to.
Well, we don't have too much left, right?
Yeah, iGames is coming back. I'll just leave it as is.
Yeah.
Either iGames is coming back, and we don't have really much time left anyway. So either way.
Yeah.
So they spent a lot of time like they're wanting you to build a settlement, which at first was cool, but then there was no real point in making a settlement. You didn't get anything out of it. Like, you would spend all this time collecting all this stuff and building this stuff and spend all these resources for nothing, for aesthetics, because it did nothing. There was no reason to have a settlement. And, like, all the factions were just kind of there. There was no real cool stuff to do, like, you know, Oblivion, Skyrim, you know, all of the different factions you can play in that game, you know, do the quest. It was just kind of a game that was just there. And it sucked. I did the full playthrough. I beat it. And I moved on with my life. I haven't looked at it since.
Moved on with my life.
I mean, I was looking forward to it so much, dude. Fallout 3, New Vegas, I played over and over, and multiple times I played these ones. Multiple times I played Skyrim. Multiple times I played Oblivion. Fallout 3, yeah. It was not. It didn't meet up, man. It didn't live up to the hype. Not for me.
I haven't played Fallout 4. I played Fallout 3 and New Vegas, and I thought overall those games were solid. But yeah, at one point I would like to give that game a stab. Fallout 4, and definitely on the PC. Install the mods. You know, go silly and crazy on that. But one game I gotta say, Retro Games Beater, he was the one that inspired me. I'm thinking there's another game I might pick up. I have not played a Doom game before, so the next Doom game.
Those are classic.
Yeah, you're hunting demons in space, right? So.
Yeah,
like
pretty
that.
much. Yeah.
The new one looks amazing. I'm gonna go and say that. That one looks fun.
The new Doom.
Yes.
Yeah.
New Doom looks amazing, and also like the multiplayer aspect of the game looks amazing as well.
Like the last, it kind of, I don't know, dude. Are they considered this a reboot, a remake? Are they kind of?
That's a good question. I didn't read into that if it is a reboot, because they just named it Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be just a fresh start.
That's what they did with Tomb Raider, right? They just rebooted the whole series.
Yeah, they did.
Again. Yeah.
Yep.
I haven't had a chance to play 2, by the way. I've heard good things about it.
Oh, Rise of Tomb Raider,
Yeah.
solid game.
Solid.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's.
Did you get a chance to play the first one? I'm assuming, yeah.
Yeah, the reboot. It was good.
What did you think out of the new one compared to the part 1?
The gameplay, the controls feel a lot more responsive for one.
Okay.
And it does carry on from the events of Tomb Raider 1. So like you see her starting to, continue to develop and become that Lara Croft we know, who goes on these adventures looking for treasure and raiding the tombs. And we didn't have I didn't use I know at the end of the first Tomb Raider or the reboot, you saw the double pistol action. That didn't really come to fruition just yet, but I thought it was an awesome game. I played it on the PC, so with all the nice visuals enabled, and story is solid. Definitely worth a play. I think you would like it, Jimmy. I think your community would really enjoy it.
Okay, yeah.
That one would have on topic. That would have the potential to be a decent VR game because it's first person. It's scary. It's all these things. Well, it's not really scary, but it has that kind of scary. I guess.
Oh man, that would be pretty cool. Something based off of the woods, like a Slender game in VR, would be pretty scary.
Yeah.
A Slender game in VR would be pretty intense. Yeah.
So. I don't know.
But also, man, shout out to the audience. Thank you guys so much for watching, guys. We truly appreciate it. Sorry that iGames isn't here at the moment. Unfortunately, he's having some difficulties. But thank you guys, man. You guys are freaking awesome. Thank you for spending your Sunday evening / afternoon, or maybe it's already morning, Monday morning where you guys are at. But thank you guys. You guys are amazing. If you haven't already yet, go check out my man Dorian and Sulfus. They all have their own streams aside from the After Hours podcast channel. So, oh man.
Yeah, no, as Jimmy said, it's so awesome to see you guys. Many familiar faces here. And yeah, no, hope you guys are enjoying the content. As we stated earlier in the show, we're going to try to make this thing happen twice a month, every couple of weeks, Sunday. And we'll have returning guests, new guests, and we'll have all these topics. And you guys definitely tweet at us. Let us know what type of topics that you like to see in the show. Again, Twitch streaming. Look, we've had topics about like the road to partnership. What was your first streaming all about? What type of games you like? Upcoming events. There's endless topics. The VR is definitely something that's been.
And also, we can always revisit topics as well. If you guys have any questions as well that you guys would like us to touch on, as far as what Dorian just said, if there's anything about streaming, whether it be networking yourself, whether it be how do I get myself to get to play more games, or how do I just anything in general, as far as streaming goes. Obviously, this is Twitch, so a big portion of it is going to be about streaming it, or also video games. If you guys want us to talk about any specific video games, we can touch on as well.
Yeah. So
go ahead, Selfus.
No, I was just gonna say, for this show, we talked about at the very beginning the new format and shorter shows and stuff. We plan on. Tonight we only covered one topic, and a lot of it was kind of catching up. But in terms of what they were saying, getting us topics, we plan on covering 1 to 2 topics per show every other Sunday. So anything you guys or gals want to hear us talk about, feel free. Because I've said it once and I'll say it before. Honestly, topics is the last thing that I think about. When it comes to getting together a show, I'm making sure that all the production side of it's done, all the artwork and all the whatever is done, and the topics are kind of the last thing on my brain. So if you guys just automatically have a topic, that you guys want to hear us talk about, it's even makes
someone
it
did mention
easier.
About some movies as well. I think we could touch on movies. That's something
absolutely.
that we would like to do. Plans in the future as well. There's a lot of movies coming out this year. A lot, So, I'm pretty sure some people would love to hear an opinion about that.
For sure.
Yeah.
And like JLess said, revisiting just some, funny moments. I would love to do what's our favorite moments, what we've streamed, or those memorable moments, funny moments, and earlier, just when I was getting frustrated in Resident Evil 6, and all of us have grown so much since we started streaming. Actually, for me, my 2 years of streaming is coming up, and we'll be at this Friday. So
oh wow, Wait,
Yeah.
your 2 years is this Friday?
Yeah, 2 years of streaming on Twitch. I
funny
made my
'cause mine's is this my 1 year is on the 15th, which is Tuesday, but I'm celebrating it on Saturday.
Hype.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
1 year
2 years of
partnership.
2 years of just being on Twitch. I celebrated my 1 year of being a partnered caster back in December of last year. But 2 years. I remember my first steps of being a part of Twitch, and I didn't have a camera, didn't have a microphone. I had a capable gaming PC, the same one I have right now. I remember playing a bit of Battlefield, and you have that one or two people that say hi, and you can't really talk to them because you can't really just alt tab and say hi, and then the game, and you didn't have a mic, so it was kind of weird. And Larissa, many of us know who Larissa is. She was the one that inspired me to take that step into streaming, like chatting with you guys, like actually using this microphone that I have here, using this webcam that I have here. It definitely makes a engaging experience for you guys, and a personal one too. So when you guys come on into our stream and we say hello and we'll greet you, and have these conversations going from gaming to streaming to food, because that's always a common topic. Probably it transcends
JLess.
all
Who
Twitch.
doesn't love food?
Food hype.
JLess.
Hungry.
Yeah.
Always some food talking going on.
Always
JLess.
food talking in my stream, man, I swear. So always gotta bring up some food, but we always go off on that topic.
Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing. Like these 2 years, I'm always learning. Each and every stream, I like to reflect on what things that I can always improve on. I like to check out my past broadcasts, certain clips, and engaging with you guys. Like one thing I want to do this year, since I recently became a partnered Discord. We're recently partnered with Discord. I want to do like sub days and like have you guys vote for what games we can play. Like, hey, if you guys want to get a convoy going in an American Truck Sim, or heck, try out the Salt Fest in Splatoon, because that game usually I just drown. I'm an anchor. Like, just go down, hang out in the
Salty.
depths there. But
Let me ask you something, Dorian, if you don't mind me asking. Did you think, honestly, that you were going to be on Twitch for this long? Now that it's about to be your 2 years.
looking back, I honestly thought it was going to be maybe, you try it, see what it's like, but I didn't think it would ever mature and materialize as it is. Did I think I was going to be here for 2 years? No, I thought maybe a few months to see what was going to happen. And then we start to see these relationships that we've started to build with you guys here, and that building process, again, networking. And my first introduction to Twitch was when I found Larissa playing Don't Starve, and she made me a moderator because I guess I was being helpful and answering questions. So that was my first time engaging with people on the internet through Twitch, and she inspired me. I thought to give it a shot, and I remember once I got past playing a little bit of Battlefield, when I opened up Spyro, that's when things like, wow, this community could be something special. Jake, I remember always being the first one to join my stream, like, oh my goodness, someone really is excited to be a part of my stream and watch me play Spyro. Like, that is a special moment, that first person. And I've known Jake since playing Spyro. It's almost been 2 years. It's just an amazing thing. It's just you remember those moments at the beginning, and being a streamer, and for me, I always do my best to remember where I came from, and you want to show that love and that energy, the excitement, and pass it on to everyone else. Like, I remember meeting Sulfus through Panic, and Panic introduced me to JLess, and JLess introduced me like to Craig, and Craig introduced to Bill, and iGames mentioned to Bill as well, and it never stops. Like, just thinking back of all the people that we've interacted and met, and the people that we are today, they've all influenced us a little bit, all along the way. And just, I'm so fortunate to have you guys tune in, spending your guys' Sunday evening or Monday morning, wherever it might be, what time it might be. It's really awesome. And the talk show is something I look forward to after streaming myself, because last night. We had a great stream. This week was overall good. But this is something I'm always excited to come back to because we got JLess here, man. We got Solfus.
JLess hype.
Hog champ.
Whoever it might be. Really special people. So I hope we can do this more often. That's our goal. Every couple weeks. Have you guys tune in. Definitely follow JLess, Solfus, iGames. Again, Solfus, the one that's doing all the production and making sure we're on topic, keeping things straight and just
As possible.
fun. Yeah, that's all. It's about having fun. And again, thank you guys for all tuning in.
Yeah, it's weird to touch on that. You was talking about having that Jake being the one there every time. I had he's a streamer. His name is Apex Family 7. I don't know if you guys know him or not, but he was in my stream the other day and he told me that I was the first streamer that he ever saw. Now, if you guys know me, I have 400 and some odd followers. So how he found me as his first person to watch was just beyond me, you know, because it's very easy to just get on Twitch and click on somebody that's got a bunch of viewers that, you know, but he said he went on and was looking for, you know, a certain game,
right?
Yeah, and found me through that. So I thought that was cool, you know, personally. And you know, and he comes in, he hangs out in chat, and I'll go to his. But it's just little things like that. Like out of all the people on this website, I was the first person that he saw. You know, put that in perspective. You know, it's crazy. But yes, all you guys at home watching, you know, we can't thank you enough. JLess, Dorian, iGames, thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me, man. Honestly, I'm truly honored to actually be able to do this again. And thank you guys, everybody that came over from my stream, Dorian's and iGames. You guys are awesome supporters, and also Solfus, of course. Thank you guys, man. Truly, I am grateful for everything you guys have been able to do for me as a streamer. You know, obviously, I used to stream different stuff in the beginning, guys. I even streamed without a webcam for about 1.5 years. That was Jimmy without a webcam before 1.5 years. So, you know, I streamed off of a MacBook, guys. I had the shittiest quality ever. And, you know, to go back and look at this stuff and, you know, see where I am now, it's totally, it's mind-blowing me, you know, to think that like what Dorian said, I didn't think I was going to be able to stream this long. I thought it was going to last a couple of months and that's it. And, you know, it was going to be a little phase. But the thing with me is just that I have self-motivation. Whenever I start something, I want to keep doing it. Like, I'm not gonna stop myself. Like, I've gotten too far to stop now. Like, what's the point of stopping? You've gotten way too into it. And thank you guys, man. I truly appreciate everybody's love and support, and for you guys supporting Dorian. He's an amazing caster. He deserves everything he deserves or he gets. And also Solfus and iGames, man. You guys, both you, Solfus and iGames, eventually, you know, you'll get that moment of when you start to get more regulars in there, and you know, just keep pushing, man. Honestly. Because I've done full cast with only 2 people in my stream with 8 hours. I remember playing Deadpool. I always bring up this topic. I remember playing Deadpool with only 2 people in my stream for 8 hours, dude. And we had a blast. It's, you know, it doesn't matter whether if you have 1,000 or 1 person in there, you stream how you would normally stream. And just have fun with it, guys. And yeah. And then this is the thing. There's also a thing where, like, sometimes I'll get a viewer in there to tell me, JLess, you have like 1,000 people in here. I'm like, I know. Like, do you want me to act any different? Or like, I'm gonna be myself.
That happens.
Like, this is me, regardless of who's watching.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not gonna act any different.
And that's the way it
freak out. Like,
that's the way it should be, though, man.
Yeah,
that's the way it should be. Those, you know, everybody should get the same experience. But
exactly.
Yeah, we're.
Oh, I was just gonna say what Jake said, like quality over quantity. Like the people that spend that time. Like I never want to put a number figure on someone. You know, like whether you're there or not, or if you can be there, you know, it's always awesome. If not, it's completely understandable. We all have living lives, what goes on, but each time that you make your presence known to our streams by saying hello and you know, communicating with us and giving us tips, you know, just the journey through our video games. And after all, we're all about here. A lot of us are here for, you know, the games that we enjoy. And you guys clicked on this broadcast tonight, gaming talk shows, right? So we've discussed about some gaming, some Twitch streaming, and whether we have, like Jimmy said, 2 people for 8 hours or multiple people, we're always grateful. And I love making the connections with each and every one of you guys, because I know I could say a lot of things on Twitch, and but one thing I will always say is that there's always this amazing personality that when someone joins a stream, like, oh, we know that Avenger that he likes to say nerd a lot, or that B-boy when he joins in, or whoever it might be. It's awesome, So again, thank you guys for making this season 2, the return, as Sulfus would say, the awakening.
The awakening.
So good.
The return, no man.
Yes, guys. So 2 weeks from today, the 27th, we will do this again. B-boy is slated to be on. Is this show? If you got any topics, throw them our way on the Twitters, or in our streams when we're streaming. If you don't know that Dorian, JLess, or iGames, follow them. Give them that hot follow. Definitely won't be let down. Any last shout outs, Dorian? Tell them where to find you. Tell them what's good.
Okay, well, yeah. As you see below, that's my Twitch name, Dorian_D1990. That's also my Twitter name. So if you like to follow the channel, get notified when I go live, feel free to do that. Also, Twitter, if you have a social media on Twitter, feel free to follow me on there as well. I always post information regarding stream stuff, game stuff, or just even engaging with you guys on Twitter. So feel free to do that, and be sure to follow the After Hours Vodcast channel, and also the Twitter, so you can know all what's coming. And of course, gotta love that JLess, Sulfus. Be sure to give them that hot, just out of the oven, fresh follow.
Ooh.
It's gonna be good. Yeah,
That's some love
good.
right there.
Yeah.
You won't be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. So.
JLess,
Yeah.
parting words.
Thanks everyone again for watching. Appreciate the love. Once again, if you haven't already yet, follow these guys as well as myself. You can find me at twitch.tv/JLess, or JLess23 is my Twitter. Stay updated with me. Variety caster. I stream a lot of different games. A big majority is Nintendo, but I do like to branch out every once in a while. But thank you guys. Shout out to my J fam. You guys for being here. Freaking love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know there's some lurkers in here as well. And thank you guys, man. Hopefully, in the near future, plan on being on the podcast again. Like I said, follow this stream so that way you can get to know other streamers on here, guys. Like, we all get along with each other. There's no jealousy here, except I'm jealous of freaking Dorian's tree, man. I don't have anything cool like that, dude. All I got is a green sheet.
Okay, hold on a sec. I need to see if I could find this. Hold on. I'm just someone named that Apollo, if he's still here. Let me see if I can find.
Oh, I know what you're gonna do.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can find this link. Everyone, maybe since Jimmy's got a green screen, if you want the tree, if you want to just experiment, I'll put it in the chat here. Where is it? Here's a picture of Apollo breaking in my house, streaming with my tree without my permission. However,
my God.
if you guys want to use that
That's
tree,
awesome.
go ahead. Take a screen cap. I'll do this. I'll dip. I don't know if that helped or not, but you could probably crop that. Enjoy the tree hype.
Apollo.
I don't know.
Oh gosh, I remember that. Oh man, that's good stuff. You could put JLess anywhere, because he does have a green screen behind him. He could be anywhere.
Be on the moon.
But yeah. iGames, I don't know if he's gonna be back. He had some, I think, power issues, he said in chat. But if I know iGames, like I know iGames, thank you. For being here. Follow him on his Twitter and his Twitch. He's been playing a lot of Division lately, but also we'll stream different games on that PS4. You can find me at Sulfus on Twitter, at Sulfus on Twitch. I play PC games, PS4 games, old, new, whatever. I just like to have fun and chill out. I don't have a stream schedule because of my work schedule, so just follow me on them Twitters, and I always announce beforehand. Also, one more shout out to Leader Dog for them musics. Leader Dog is a regional band that gave me permission to use their music on the show. So, great group of guys, and personally know. There's been some kind of member swaps and different people through the years, but personally know the lead singer and the drummer. Very good guys. But yeah, again, can't thank you enough, everybody in the audience, for hanging out with us. We kind of going over the time limit, but hey, we're too excited. We don't want to shut up. But JLess, thanks again for coming out. Hopefully, hopefully we'll see you again, since we're not doing an entire day's show anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's a strong possibility that whenever I find the time or availability to do something like this, yeah, I'll definitely let you know. And yeah, thank you so much for having me. Truly honored.
And then, like I said, starting today, guys, every other Sunday, 7, be here.
Mark it on your calendar. Get your popcorn ready.
If for some reason something happens, we can't do a show, follow that Twitter. We will let you know. But that's the plan. Plan to keep it around 2 hours. But first night back, we went kind of long, obviously. But there was so much to talk about other than just the topic for the show. So anyway, thank you again. Thanks to everybody. And JLess and Dorian, you guys want to hang out for a second?
Sure.
All right. I'm going to run the credits. You guys are awesome. We'll see you next time.
Take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the night.